Hayward at dummy half. He sends the ball open side right. The hit-off taken here by Thompson. Caught 14 out from his own line by Edwards. Played to Hayward. Sends it right to Tumanua. Easily Canterbury's best against West Tigers last week in a loss. He scored 21 out from his own line by Papali. Out comes centre field left. Thompson hitting a big tackle. Put to the ground by three defenders, including Williams and Harrison Edwards. Burton from the 30. This is the kicking game we spoke about pre-game. Drills it down to that Southeast corner. Work to do for Iongi. Picks it up. Got past Sherry. Got past another. And he'll play it 19 out from his own line. 9 in from the eastern touchline. I forgot Roo calling with you. The grunts and the
sorry.
The company and all. Here's Parramatta. I thought you were in pain there for a moment. 24 out for the Parramatta line. They send it to the left edge. Back towards centre field they go. And the tackle made about 30 out from the line on Russell. Comes left now to Addo Carr, the Fox, and he gets booed here by his former crowd. Canterbury Bankstown, 11 short of halfway. Plays it to Edwards, goes to the right to Bellin. He got the pass onto the front row of Moretti. Wrapped up 5 short of halfway. And no Junior Barlow, of course, he's out injured. Kicked downfield by the halfback Ronald Volkman. He sends it down to the left wing, and it's taken, in fact, by Connor Tracy. Brings it over the 10, and he's going to be put to the ground. 17 out from his own line. No score, Ruan Sims, after 1 minute and 40 seconds.
No, pretty conservative set from both teams with ball in hand. But I tell you what, both kicks were fantastic and kick chases, but a lot of physicality. Want to see more of that continue, that's for sure.
Here's Canterbury Bankstown with the footy now, about 30 metres out from their own line centre field. Hayward, after a good quick play the ball, worked it away right that time, and it's tackle made 6 metres short of halfway. Now to the left, Salmon. He's crashed to the ground. 2 metres in Parramatta territory. Plays the ball to Bailey Hayward. He comes to the right. Lockie Galvin with a kick. 5 metres in Parramatta's half. Down to the left wing of Addo Carr. He takes it in the southwest corner, and they're the boos again. It's like watching Canterbury and the West Tigers with the Tigers crowd booing Lockie Galvin. But this time it's Canterbury booing Addo Carr. Plays the ball to Joash Papali. He sends it away open side right. With the hit up, Russell. Caught on his own 20-metre line. No score. 2 minutes 30 gone. Public Holiday Monday action here on NRL Monday on ABC Sport, the official NRL Monday show from 6:30. Stick around. Here's Parramatta now, Iongi. He's caught in the centre of the ruck, 14 metres short of halfway. Plays the ball to Edwards, short ball to Bellin. He's knocked to the deck, 8 metres short of halfway. Last tackle now for the blue and gold. Comes to the right, Boltman kicks it downfield. Plenty of height, down to Tracy with the catch. 10 out from his own goal line. Heads back towards the 20, runs from left to right, but he's met by the chase. And he's nailed 24 out from his own line. Terrific chase by Luca Moretti. Quickly played to Galvin. Goes right to Crichton, and he scored 34 out from his own line. Let's get early thoughts on the touchline. Michael Carianis.
Yeah, take there from Connor Tracy, who's played his first game in a couple of weeks. Actually lining up in that fullback slot with Jacob Kiraz moving to the wing despite having such an impact on the game, playing at fullback in the last couple of weeks.
Very good observation, Michael. Here's Canterbury. 2 metres in Parramatta territory. Ball played to Hayward. Goes from dummy half, then got the pass away to Galvin. He turns it back into Burton in full flight, but he's caught 31 out from the Parramatta line. Played on the last, comes right to Galvin, puts a kick over the top, and it's going to be taken there by Iongi. He scoots away from one, and now he's picked up by Crichton, sent nearly in goal, but he'll play a metre out from his own line. Roo, 4 minutes gone, no score.
We can just feel the Bulldogs here starting to gain some ascendancy. They've really trapped the Eels into that corner there, and they're just lining up with some big shoulders in defence.
Now Parramatta, 13 out from their own goal line. It's a tough set. Out from their line, defence there from Thompson, played to Harrison Edwards. Goes right to Jordan Samrani. He's wrapped up just inside his 20. Doesn't get that many opportunities, Samrani. Every time we've seen him in first grade, though, he's been impressive. Here's Kautonga. He's caught on the left edge, 27 out from his own line, but on the last, it comes right to Volkman. Gets the kick downfield. And it's going to be caught by Jacob Kiraz, who is on that left wing with Tracy going back to fullback. Thank you, Michael. And in centre field, he's going to be caught. 11 metres short of halfway. Kiraz lost the ball, but it's knocked backwards. Canterbury then finally throw it forward. It's going to be scooped up by Jack DeBellin. He goes right, Samrani. He got the pass away to Kelly, caught 3 metres in Canterbury territory. Oh, Michael, costly mistake potentially from Jacob Kiraz.
Yeah, it was there, Andrew. But they scooped the ball up well. Bronson Sherry just had to hold on to it, but now he's put his team under significant pressure.
Parramatta 5 metres in Canterbury's half. Volkman goes left. Papali away to Kitiani Kautonga, and he's wrapped up 9 metres in Bulldogs territory. 15 in from the western touchline. 5 minutes gone. No score. You with Ruan Sims, Michael Carianis. I'm Andrew Moore here on ABC Sport. As up the middle goes Luca Moretti. Put to the ground. 14 metres in Canterbury's half by Salmon. Plays the ball now to Edwards. He sends it to the left edge. Parramatta working it over the 30 through Williams. He's caught 27 away from the line. 2 tackles left for the Eels. Volkman dummies inside, and instead he worked the ball to the outer edge and backing his way into the fence. Tuolungi, 19 metres out last play. Volkman puts up the kick. In pursuit, Brian Kelly. Up they go, and the ball is dropped by Canterbury Bankstown. It's knocked on out there. Oh no, first touch Parramatta, says the referee. So it'll be a change over to Canterbury. 10 metres out from their own line. Kelly must have got the first touch, and they'll take to play the ball 10 in from that touchline. 6 gone, no score.
Yeah, he definitely did, and I think that Bulldogs just breathing a sigh of relief there, but both teams very clear strategy coming into this one. The Bulldogs with their yardage, they're just trying to attack the middle of the Eels and try and put a bit of fatigue into their middles, and then obviously from an attack perspective, a lot of traffic is being sent down the left edge attack of the Parramatta Eels, so watch that fatigue in both sides.
So now a tough set for Canterbury as Hayward gets it away right to Sherry.
I was going to say earlier, I saw Burton struggling to get back in the defensive line. He's currently in the hands of the trainer. I'm sure MC will be all over that when the trainer gets back to the sideline.
Canterbury over their 20-metre line. I love that you put him under that pressure. It's going to force him out of his seat. Bulldogs working to their 30-metre line. No score on the board. 6.5 minutes gone. Dummy half Hayward. He sends it centre field right. Through hands it goes Galvin to Tubanua, but he's taken beautifully down low. About to 13 metres short of halfway. And there to greet him was Russell and Papali. Centre field left to King. Max King is standing. About 3 metres short of halfway. Last tackle Bulldogs. Hayward goes left to Burton. Burton runs. He gets past Harrison Edwards. Threw it along the ground. Scooped up by Carraz. He kicks it off the left boot. Back straight down the throat of Isaiah Iongi. 11 out from his own line. He fired the pass away to Addo Carr. Burton's past Crichton and now taken by Nari Tuala. 18 out from the Parramatta goal line. Plays the ball quickly to Iongi. Sends it right to Russell. He scored 25 out from his own line. No score. 7 minutes 30 gone here at Stadium Australia. And as someone who grew up following Canterbury in the 70s and 80s, there's something very special watching Canterbury Parramatta play, regardless of the fact it's 15th against 16th as it is today. Now it's Canterbury having to defend. Parramatta up to halfway. Ball's going to be played a metre in Bulldogs territory by Harrison Edwards. Comes left for Parley, turns it into Kautonga. He's caught 9 metres in Bulldogs territory. Played on the last Edwards, goes right to Volkman. Up she goes, the kick down to Connor Tracy. Russell coming through, Tracy the catch, Russell the tackle. 14 out from the Bulldogs line. 8 gone, scoreless start. Touchline, Michael Carianis.
Yeah, good take there from Connor Tracy with Sean Russell really coming upon him, but Matt Burton looked like it was a little bit of a burner to that shoulder. He's shrugged it off and now he's about to take a run.
Well, he does. He's running there off Crichton. I'm not sure he's expecting it. Lost the ball behind him because it was touched by Parramatta. 6 more tackles now for Canterbury Bankstown, and the tackle made on Galvin 15 metres short of halfway. To his feet, plays the ball to Hayward. Comes left to Leo Thompson. Angled run. Caught by Edwards over the top to Bellin down low. 10 short of halfway. Hayward. He goes right to King. Great run. That's King up the middle. Iongi has to bring him down. 9 metres in Parramatta territory. Great quick play the ball to Hayward. Sets off from dummy half. Tackled 31 metres away. No score after almost 9 minutes. Canterbury attack. It comes to the right. Galvin to Tubanua. Brilliantly read in defence and executed by Russell. 20 out from the goal line. It's played to Hayward. Spins it left to Burton. Burton away to Salmon. Then he got the pass to Sherry. Sherry got straight through Semrani. Over the 20-metre line. Cuts back in field. Only to be taken there by de Bellin. And also for the Parramatta side was Harrison Edwards. Now the kick from Lockie Galvin. Close to the goal line. It goes through the hands of Tuala and over the touch-in goal line. Tuala got there first, but it went through his fingertips. 20-metre tap. 7 tackles, said Parramatta. 9.5 gone. Ruan Sims. No score.
Well, the tactic from the Bulldogs to continue to attack the middle paid off there. Max King sliced straight through, and I felt like they went to the edge too quickly. They should have just gone and flooded that space they'd already created. Put a bit more pressure and fatigue into this Parramatta middle side.
And O'Carr now caught 33 out from the Parramatta line. Play to Edwards, goes right to Volkman, then to Brian Kelly in off the wing. Caught 9 short of halfway, 15 in from the eastern touchline. Now they scooted away, open side left to Kelman to Alangi. Popped a pass in the tackle to Edwards, and then it's knocked on as he got it all away.
Offside?
Knocked forward into the other Parramatta play. Yeah, I think you might be right, but it's ruled a knock-on only, and it will be a Canterbury Bankstown scrum feed on halfway. There's a poor ball from Edwards to Volkman, who went without it. And just a knock-on is fine. But Canterbury will get the scrum feed on halfway, and you do sense Canterbury has more of an attacking game in them than Parramatta at the moment, but the Eels holding on.
Yeah, they definitely are, and obviously that error that the Dogs came up with in yardage put a bit of pressure on themselves, but midfield scrum here, I like their chances to score in this set.
Galvin goes right, then away to Inari Tuala. He got straight past Russell, caught 37 away from the line by Kautonga, 5 in from the western touchline. Galvin centre left to Hayward to King, and Max King scored 32 metres out for the Parramatta line. Bulldogs looking for first points in the game. Hayward to the left, and it comes out the back to Matt Burton. He then got the pass away to Jamin Salmon playing on that left edge. Tackled 30 metres out from the goal line. Hayward comes right to Hayes. Harry Hayes up the middle, and the one-handed offload out the back. Hayward goes right, Galvin to Tubanua. He's caught about 18 out from the line, 20 in from the western touchline. Couple of tackles left here for Canterbury Bankstown. Crichton dummies through one, puts in a left foot stab kick. Getting back there is Isaiah Iongi, flying through Leo Thompson, grounds it, but it's over the dead ball line. Another 7 tackle set for Parramatta, who are somehow holding on. 11 minutes 30 gone, no score. Quick tap taken by Sam Rani, and he's caught outside his 30. He plays the ball now to Papali, goes right to Kelly, and Kelly beat Sheriff, and well, that rhymes, or my poet didn't know it. Tackled 6 short of halfway. Parramatta with a footy. They work at centre field left this time, and Iongi has caught a metre in Canterbury's half. Plays the ball to Harrison Edwards, goes left to Bellum, the veteran lock. He just hits it up straight and hard, caught 9 metres in Bulldogs territory. No score, 12 minutes gone, no penalties, no set restarts, no nothing at the moment, apart from some gritty defence as Harrison Edwards has caught. 30 out from the Bulldogs line, northern end, right in front of the sticks, played on the last, and it comes to the right, the ball from Williams to Volkman, the bomb, Connor Tracy, up he goes with Carraz. Carraz it is coming away with it, and he's tackled 10 out from his own line. No score, touchline we go, Michael Carriano.
Yeah, great take under pressure there from Jacob Kiraz, but the Bulldogs have just got to stay a little bit patient. They're well on top here in terms of territory and possession, and they haven't produced any points, but they just got to stay patient because points will come.
Here's Canterbury with the ball now, and they work it away right to Raz. He's mauled to the ground, 22 out from his own line. You know what we haven't had, Ruth? Any breaks in play.
No.
It's been non-stop.
I love it.
There's only been one scrum. Canterbury now, 32 out from its own line. Crichton plays the ball to Hayward, goes open side left to Tracy. He's nailed. He was hit head on. Great tackle, Harrison Edwards. 12 short of halfway. Played on the last to Hayward. Goes left to Burton. Up she goes. A towering midfield bomb. Iongi didn't want to know about it. He dropped it, but it went backwards fortuitously. Scooped up by Kelly. He was never, ever going to catch that.
I felt sick for him.
That would have felt like a 14-story building coming down.
Oh, that came down with snow on it.
Here's Parramatta now, back towards centre field. Edwards got the pass away. Step here by Papali, nearly broke free. He got away from Galvin, now collared by Tubanua, 8 short of halfway, and he might be injured. Played to Adokar. He ran straight into Tubanua, 2 short of halfway. Parramatta with it, 20 metres in from touch on the western side. Trainer out there for the Eels. DeBellin goes right to Volkman. He got it away to Tuolangi. Caught a metre in Bulldogs territory. Nearly 14 gone, still no score. Kick from Volkman on the last. Going down to Connor Tracy, about 16 out from his own line. He makes the catch, and he's caught right away there by Kelly and Williams. 17 out from the Parramatta line. The timing with teams from kicks and the chase, Rue, these days is unbelievable. By the way, Papali looks like he's okay.
Yeah, he's back in the defensive line now. It looked like he might have copped an errant arm to the face there. There's been a few in this game so far, but the kick chase from both teams has been pretty on point so far today.
Can we reach a pact that there's no errant arms to the face here in the box today?
No.
No? Okay, good. I'll move a little further to the left. Hayward goes right to Galvin, looking for a 40-20. He's got the distance, he's got the angle, but it's got backspin, and Iongi does well to tap it back into the field of play. 2 metres out from the line. Then he's confronted by Crichton and Tupamua and put to the ground. 10 out from the Eels goal line. 14 and a half gone. No score. NRL Monday. Tupamua ricochets out of a tackle attempt on Russell. He's a bit shaken up too as it's played. Nato Calm works at centre field. He's caught. 22 out from his own line. Plays the ball to Edwards. Sends it right to Kelly. Caught 34 out from his own line. We will get to text shortly when there's a break in play. 0467 920 222 as Volkman sends the ball left to Tuolangi. He's caught 5 short of halfway for Parramatta. Played on the last. Edwards goes right to Volkman. He kicks it down to Tracy again in that northeast corner. 15 out from the Canterbury line. He looked to pass it away to Tuala, but he was 35 metres away. So he returns it himself. 24 out from the Canterbury line. 15-30 gone. And the score line, well, there is not one. As Carraz got the pass away. Half a break here. Tuala caught. 30 out from his own line by Edwards. Quickly played to Galvin. Short pass away to Jacob Carraz. And he's going to be caught about 9 short of halfway. Pop the pass to Tracy. They go right. Galvin away to Crichton. Steps into Russell and Kautonga. Caught on halfway. 12 in from the western touchline. Out of dummy half Galvin. Show and go from Lockie. Into the defence of Joash Papali. And he's taken with help from Edwards finally. 36 out from the Eels goal line. 2 tackles left for the blue and white. Burton on the charge. Dragged to the ground. 24 out by Edwards again. Played on the last. Hayward goes right. Galvin puts it on the toe. The ball in behind Adokara. Iongi gets there and does the sensible thing. Just dives on it in goal. Goal line drop out. Parramatta. 16 minutes, 20 seconds gone. No score. Touchline, Michael Carianis.
Yeah, you're preaching to the converted there, Andrew. Iongi just grounds the ball. I don't know why more fullbacks don't do that. Instead of taking the risk of trying to bat it dead or hit the ball, he's just placed it comfortably, and now it's going to be a goal line dropout. But the kicking game from Canterbury is on point. There looks to be some issue with
Harry Hayes.
Harry Hayes in the middle. Yeah, you're right. We're in the middle of the field. He's really struggling. He's going to come from the field.
Yeah, Josh Curran's going to come on. He's walking from the field, but he is clutching Harry Hayes around his
It looks
rib
like
cage.
floating rib. It looks like he's got some padding around that floating rib area. So
Oh, he looks in a lot of pain.
yeah, that does not look comfortable. But there's just a little bit of stoppage while he makes his way from the field. But this is danger time here for the Parramatta Eels. A lot of fatigue in their outfit at the moment, but this is going to give them a couple of quick breaths.
Yeah, I was going to say this break may help
This
them.
helps.
But Harry Hayes is going straight into the tunnel.
Yeah.
Round the grounds AFL. Melbourne 36, Collingwood 32 in the second quarter. Here's the line dropout and it's pumped deep. It's trapped by Burton, about 42 out from the Parramatta line. He picks it up, gives it away to Leo Thompson, bounced away from 2. Then he sent the pass away to his right, and the tackle made now about 30 out from the goal line. Canterbury banks down with it. Hayward goes left to King. Max King right up the middle with a great run. He's caught 13 out from the goal line. Plays the ball to Hayward. Centre left, Salmon away to Curran with his first touch. And Josh Curran's tackled 7 metres away. 17 minutes gone, no score. Galvin goes right for the Bulldogs to Max King, centre of the field. Not a prolific try scorer, King. He's caught 4 metres out from the goal line by Moretti. Played to Hayward, goes right to Galvin. Double pumps it to nobody. Straight over the western touch line. And Galvin got that horribly wrong, or at least his outside men did. He had Tracy, Crichton and Tuala out there. Missed all of them over the touch line. So Parramatta survive again, and the Eels will get to play the ball. 15 out from their own line, middle of the ground. 17 minutes 30 gone in a scoreless start.
Yeah, nobody knew who was going to be taking that football there. They had plenty of run shape, but it didn't look like there was much communication going on which hole they should be hitting. They didn't really pull that edge defence apart. But that middle set, I tell you what, as a middle forward, I love that game plan.
The only person who had a chance of catching that was Dave Munro, the touchy. Here's the second play now for Parramatta. And it comes right to Kelly. He's caught 28 out from his own line by Burton, 10 in from the eastern touchline. We still haven't had a penalty or a set restart in this game, which is most unusual, nearly a quarter of the way through. But may it continue as Parramatta go right to left. Edwards got the pass away and the tackle made on Iongi.
Well, I will say, Maury, that both teams have been very well disciplined.
Yes, they have. Here's Williams now. Parramatta, Canterbury fans thought it was a forward pass. Not ruled that way. 3 short of halfway is where the tackle is made. Played on the last. And it comes Talon De Silva on the field now. Goes right to Volkman. I tell you what, Harrison Edwards did a mountain of work out there. Kick is taken by Carraz. 3 out from his own line. Then gave the pass away right to Jacob Carraz. He got straight through Papali. And Tracy's put to the ground 28 out from his own goal line. Great work by him. Plays it. They send it to the right side to Wala. And Anari Tuala's caught 12 short of halfway. 20 in from touch, western side. 19 minutes gone, no score. Triton runs into Russell and Edwards and caught on halfway. Harrison Edwards now becomes a middle forward with the Silva to hooker. Hayward from dummy half ran into the offside Williams, and there's your first set restart of the game. 9 metres in Parramatta territory. Played to Tracy, goes left Galvin, turns it into King, and Max King is caught. 32 out, appropriate Max is playing on this day. It goes to the left away to Galvin, sends it out the back, Burton to Sherry. Oh, what hands there by Carraz. He looked like Tom Jenkins there as he picked it up off his ankles, and Carraz has scored 17 out. That was brilliant skill. Finally to his feet. Curran awaits a dummy half. Sends it away to the right. Burton takes on the defensive line and then throws a pass straight to Parramatta's Kelman Tuolangi. He's got it 13 out from the Eels line. I think that these points through the game, Roo, we realise how little confidence at the moment both of these teams have.
Well, I wouldn't say it's a lack of confidence. I think they're just trying to push that last pass. They're trying to force the try. Like MC said earlier, they need to be patient. They're putting so much fatigue into this Eels outfit. They need to just bide their time and wait for those opportunities to pop up.
So now the Eels spread it left to Tuolangi. He's scored 14 short of halfway. 20 in from touch eastern side. 20 minutes gone, no score. As now they work it open side left, and Harrison Edwards is crunched by
That'll build your confidence.
Here's a kick downfield from Volkman. Deep. Back goes Tracy with the catch. 7 metres out from his own line. He'll make it up over the 20. Runs into the blue and gold chase. Then a pass is knocked down by Kelly for Parramatta. Going back for it is Carraz, but it will dribble. No, I thought it was going to go over the touchline, but Carraz picked it up. It is 6 more. And then he burns past a couple of them, Carraz. He runs finally into the defence and taken about 13 short of halfway. Put to the ground there by Edwards and Semrani. Played to Burton. Goes right to Tracy, away to Galvin. Galvin back towards centre field, away from Talon De Silva, ordinary effort. And now De Bellin as well was beat. And he's caught just short of halfway. Canterbury, they seem to have the running, but they can't find the goal line yet. In centre field, Salmon works his way to within 39 of the Parramatta line. 21 minutes gone, scoreless start. Galvin for the Bulldogs goes right to Tubanua. Lovely tackle down low by Kautonga. 29 out from the line, and hand on the football. A set restart from Canterbury. That's 2 in a row, as now the Bulldogs look dangerous going left. But the pass from Leo Thompson was not all that good to Burton, and he gets smashed straight away. 22 out. Played to Burton. Goes right to Galvin. Turns it on the inside to King. Edwards there leading the defensive charge on that occasion with Isaiah Iongi. 11 out right in front of the southern post. Hayward goes right to Galvin to Tubanua. Kautonga just held on around the feet. 6 metres out from the goal line. They're set deep to the left. Hayward goes that way to Galvin. Double pumps it away to Burton. He plays out the back to Sherry. Sherry takes on Semrani. Beat him. Gets up to go again. Carries Volkman and Kelly with him to the goal line. And he's held up just short of the line.
Great defence.
Desperate defence. Played to Curran. The long ball goes right to Burton. Then he got a short ball away to Salmon. He's tackled 4 metres out. Played on the last to Hayward. Goes right Galvin. Puts in a little stab kick, which was a shocker. Picked off by Yongi. 2 out from the Parramatta line. The Eels, I tell you what, their defence is quite inspirational. 22 and a half gone, no score. Touchline, Michael Carrion.
Yeah, they're about to make their second change. Well, they just made it. Jack de Bellin from the field, Dylan Walker on. But you're right, Andrew, their scramble has been outstanding. The Parramatta Eels have been on the back foot. Most of this first half has been played with Parramatta coming out of their own end, but so far they've been patient with the footy and outstanding defensively.
So Dylan Walker's first hit up MC, tackled 27 out from his own line. Now Volkman from his own 30 drills a weird looking kick along the ground, not all that deep either. Tracy fields a 25 out from his own line, sent a long pass right to Tuala, just galloped straight over the top of Papali, and Canterbury start their setting great field position, 3 short of halfway. What a strange kick that was from Volkman. Now Canterbury, 2 metres in Parramatta territory. That's where the tackle is made on Tracy. Plays it Burton. Takes on the line again. He's done that a fair bit this afternoon. Caught 11 metres in Parramatta's half. 16 minutes 40 left in the first half, and there is no score. Now Carraz, flick pass back to Burton. And he sent it back to Bronson Sherry from a flat-footed start. His acceleration doesn't get him all that much further into Tuolangi and Volkman. Hayward goes right to Galvin. Runs at the line and offloads to Tracy. Tracy, two-handed pass over the top to Wala. Addo-Carr's there and the Foxes not letting him go. 27 out. 5 in from the western touchline. Played on the last to Crichton. Goes left to Galvin. Up goes the kick. There'll be some pressure here on Kelly. Flies through the air and takes it ahead of Curran. 5 out from the Parramatta line. 24 minutes gone, no score, Roo. And now another tough set from Parramatta out from their goal line as Samrani scored. 12 out from that line.
There's some tough carries coming here for the Parramatta Eels, and you can just see the amount of fatigue that's in the outfit at the moment. They just need to dig deep, bite down hard on the mouthguard, get through this set, and they need a really good kick on the end.
Here's Tuolangi. There's a decent run for him. Caught about 21 out from his own line, but there's only 2 tackles left this set. Bolton runs himself and caught 32 out from his own line. He had Iongi steaming through but couldn't offload. Now it's the last, and De Silva from inside his 40 kicks it straight to Tracy. Tracy turns 15 out from his own line over the 20 and the 30, and he's scored 34 out from his own line. 15 minutes and 20 seconds to go in this first half. There's no score. Max King looks like he's coming off, and the very impressive rookie Jack Underhill is coming on for the Bulldogs, and King getting a nice round of applause from the Bulldogs faithful. Not as much as Underhill is getting though. He's become a crowd favourite already, Jack Underhill.
Underhill's got a little bit of someone we know about him. Look at that hair and that running style. A bit of James Graham.
Little bit. Comes to the right now, Bulldogs. 31 metres out. Tupanua played to Hayward. Goes to Salmon. Cuts out the junior James Graham and linked up instead with Burton. Tackled 20 out. Last play. Comes right to Galvin. Crossfield kick looking for Tuala against Addo-Carr. Up they go. The ball bounces free after a jostle, and it goes touch in goal. 20-metre tap and another 7 tackles set for Parramatta. This will be their third of the half. 25 and a half gone, no score. Now let's see if we can quickly get to a couple of text messages here on 0467 920 222. Shaz says go the berries from Braitman's Bay. Someone else calling me a grub. Thank you for that. I'm the best commentators anywhere in the world. This question is for Louis. Well, Louis not here. Maybe send it next weekend. James from Currajong. I'll happily address that with him next week. There are several significant names in the Bulldogs team. The names in Para are Addo-Carr and de Bellin. Maury, what have you done to upset MG, his regime, or MG and himself? See, that great call from the weekend. I'll get back to that text. Parramatta earns a set restart here, their first of the day, and they go to the left edge to Tuolangi. Caught just short of halfway, 20 metres in from the western touchline, 26 and a half minutes gone. Ball played to De Silva, goes to the right, Edwards away to Volkman. He turns it into Tuolangi, and he's wrapped up 1 metre in Canterbury territory. De Silva away to dummy half. Scoreless game here. Kick over the top by Volkman. There's no one back there at the moment for Canterbury. Samrani chasing it, getting back there. Carraz, and he grounds it in goal. He's scored by Samrani as well. Great tactic by Parramatta. That's without doubt, I think, their most damaging set. Line drop out Bulldogs, 27 gone, no score.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's off the back of the confidence they built with their defence. They've been turning the Bulldogs away time and time again, and that was a brilliantly weighted kick there by Volkman down a very short edge, and it caught all of the Bulldogs' defence up in that front line there. Really smart. You can just see here the Bulldogs now just trying to soak up as much time as they can, get some breath back in the lungs because they're up for a big one here.
Paul and Wollongong, Andrew, you are indeed fortunate. Yesterday you worked with 2 geniuses. Today 2 of the best informed and articulate in the team. Yes, they are that, Paul. From the short line dropout, Parramatta has it 8 metres out from the line. Chance here for the Eels, probably for the first time in the game. Comes to the right, Walker. He got the pass away this time to Sam Tuivasa on the field. He's wrapped up 12 metres out in front of the northern post. Played it to De Silva. Volkman switches it back centre field left to Jack Williams. He's caught 9 metres out from the goal line. Played to De Silva. Sent it left to Walker. Then away to Papali. He's wrapped up 9 away. 15 in from touch. Set restart inside the 10 for Parramatta here. Comes right to Walker. He hands it back on the inside to Vidi. He's wrapped up 10 metres away. Play now to De Silva. Goes to the right to Volkman. Plays a cutout pass out the back to Semrani. Semrani got the pass away to Iongi. And he goes on a stepping run across field. Got away from one. Can he link up with Joash Papali? No. Taken 7 metres out from the goal line by Hayward. Right in front of the sticks. Parramatta De Silva. Goes right. Kelvin Tuolangi takes on Curran and one other defender and held up on the goal line. And the ball has been lost. Forward off Canterbury is the signal from Todd Smith, and both ways, in fact. Great defence there coming from Burton and Curran, and no, will be a Canterbury scrum feed. 10 out from their own line, 28 and a half gone. No score, touchline Michael Carianis.
Yeah, it was fumbled very early from Kelvin Tuolangi as he attempted to catch that ball. Matt Burton, great defensive pressure. That was Parramatta's easily best attacking opportunity of this first half, so Canterbury did well to repel it.
So Canterbury with a scrum feed, Roy, you will get a kick out of this. What a grub Moore is, flirting with the female announcer. An absolute grub. I'm flirting with you, Roy. It's Canterbury. They've won the scrum 4 out from their own line.
I've been out of the game a while. I wouldn't even know.
I'm 57, been married a long time, wouldn't know how to flirt. Here's Canterbury on their own 10-metre line. I'd be too scared to get you anyway. If you gave me one little stare, I'd melt.
Bit of fear is healthy.
Here's Tupanua. Caught 20 out from the Bulldogs line and 20 in from the Western touchline. Nearly at the half-hour mark and there's no score. Hayward goes left to Underhill and Jack Underhill's going to be caught. 24 out from the Canterbury line. This scoreline's giving us a bit of a preview to the Football World Cup getting underway in the next few days. Here's the kick downfield by Galvin. Down the throat. No, he only let it bounce. Bounced over his head. Turned him in circles. But he comes down with it 20 metres out from his own line. And he's nailed by Curran and Tupanua. 32 out from the Parramatta goal line. 10 minutes, 12 seconds left in the half. It's played and it goes left to Addo Carr. Seems to me, Roo, that the more Parramatta have thwarted Canterbury down there, even though they looked exhausted, they've gained a bit of energy just from the fact that they keep shutting Canterbury out.
They certainly have. You gain a lot of confidence through your defence. We spoke about this pre-game and we're seeing evidence of it right now.
Bounce Volkman had a dummy half. He ran straight into the marker Curran, but then got a one-hander back to Brian Kelly. But the ball's gone forward and Parramatta made a horrible mess out of all of that. There's some indecision from Ronald Boltman. So Canterbury Bankstown will get a scrum feed. 10 metres in Eels territory. They'll take it centre of the ground. 9 minutes 30 left in the first half. And around the grounds in the AFL, where they've had the big freeze today. Jai Arrow, if you missed it earlier, recently diagnosed with motor neurone disease. He was there and conducted the toss to the roar of a 90,000 crowd. And at halftime, Collingwood 39, Melbourne 37. Touchline we go here at Stadium Australia. Michael Carianis.
Yeah, it's obviously a big opportunity now for the Canterbury Bulldogs to ensure that they have at some points before half-time, because they need it. They've had majority of the ball, majority of the territory, but just really have struggled to find some points.
Here's Lockie Galvin now, tackled MC, 34 out from the Parramatta line. Hayward goes left Underhill. That was a forward pass to Salmon, surely. Salmon, it's not called. He's cut down only 13 out. Great chance here now for the Bulldogs. Hayward to the left, through hands away to Burton, steps back across field, and he's wrapped up 8 metres out, stood in the tackle of De Silva. Played to Hayward, goes right to Galvin, then away through hands to Tracy, to a juggling Triton. He just skips to the left and the right, and he's easily contained 10 metres out from the line. Kautonga, one of 3 defenders there with Williams and Walker. Now Galvin goes left to Burton. Terrible pass. Along the ground, dropped by Carraz. He goes back to pick it up 30 metres out. Semrani's got hold of him with Boltman. Flick pass out the back as well as they keep it alive now to Sherry. He's scored 28 metres out. It comes to the right on the last. Galvin chips over the top, bouncing towards the post. It's not bad actually, and it has to be run over the dead ball line by Isaiah Iongi. But I tell you what, I know you question the observation I had about confidence. To me, both teams have zero confidence through, and it's just in the. I only say that in the way they are not executing with any, just no confidence at all. They just seem so off.
Well, what's happening, or what I'm observing, is that the Bulldogs, they're winning the middle, but then they're trying to go laterally. They need to continue to play through the Eels, go back to where they built all of that fatigue in this first 30-odd minutes of the game.
7 minutes 30 left in the half, no score. Volkman's line drop out and he sends it over the 40-metre line, bounces to Burton on halfway. He gives it away to his right and charging at the defensive line comes Leo Thompson, but taken by Taviti, and also in there was Walker and Williams. 34 away from the Eels line, so can Parramatta keep thwarting Canterbury. Curran now from first receiver. He's wrapped up, 30 out from the line. Played to Hayward. He goes short side left to Bronson Sherry. He's knocked to the deck quickly. 20 out from the goal line by Samrani and Jack Williams. They work it right, the Dogs. Burton got the pass away to Galvin. Out the back to Tracy. Tracy put it on the toe. What was that decision? Scooped up by Addo Curran. Parramatta have it 13 out from their own goal line. Ball played to Papali. He sends it right to Russell. He's collared by Crichton. 20 out from the Parramatta line. And with not much confidence comes poor decision making. We're seeing a bit of that today. Here's the Eels now. 27 out from their own line as it's played by Taviti. Comes right out Tonga. He's tackled just outside his 30, centre field. No score after 33 and a half minutes. Ball played to Talon De Silva. He sent it right edge to Brian Kelly, and he popped one, a little squirt out the back, but De Silva wasn't expecting. He knocks on. This has become horrible. It's going to be a Canterbury scrum feed, 35 out, push and shove between De Silva and Curran, and players come running from everywhere. No score. Let's go down to the touchline, Michael Carianis.
Well, we spoke a couple of moments ago around that opportunity that Canterbury had with a feed inside, a scrum feed inside Parramatta's half. Well, now they get a golden opportunity as a result of a really push pass there. Talon De Silva, he gets whacked by Josh Curran as he attempted to pick up the ball. Curran gives him a bit of a serve, and De Silva fired back a little bit. But this is huge with just over five and a half minutes remaining in this first half.
Yeah, isn't it what? Parramatta have done really well to hold on. But now the dropsies are starting to come as from the scrum winner goes right to Connor Tracy, and that's from both teams. He's caught 31 out from the Parramatta line. Played to Hayward. No score. Galvin goes left to Underhill. But there's not a lot of...
They need to get a bit more depth, and then what they need to play through the Eels, play through and turn Sherry and turn Crichton back under, attack that weak middle defence. They're tired.
Here's the Bulldogs salmon. Caught 29 out from the Parramatta line. Played down to Hayward. Running onto it is Leo Thompson. Got straight through the first tackle. Walker now caught 12 metres out. That's what the Dogs needed perhaps. Hayward goes to the right to Galvin. Shot ball to Benua. He's fighting, but it went forward. So they don't complete again. Parramatta off the hook, and they'll play the ball 10 metres out from their own line with 4 minutes 46 to go in the half. No score on the board because at the moment, Roo, it's looking like we could be here still on Friday and it's 0-0.
Yeah, they're just not. They're not actually moving the defence of the Eels around, and there's some great opportunities off the back of that big run that forces the defence to fold in. Then you can attack back around that. Like I said, send the centres back at that weakened defence. That's what they need to be doing. At the moment, they're just panicking and they're trying to force the ball. Scoreboard and time pressure is playing in their heads at the moment.
So I think if I'm a Parramatta fan, I'm ecstatic. It's stoked that we haven't conceded a point. If I'm a Canterbury fan, I'm like, what is happening? How are we not ahead 18-0? Parramatta play 2 now. They go over their 20. Walker got the pass away. Centre field left to Williams. He bustles into the defence of Hayward, Thompson and Galvin and shoved back all the way to his 20. He'll play the ball. And De Silva, short ball goes left to Sam Taviti. He's wrapped up, 29 out from his own line. 3 minutes 46 left first half, no score. Ball played De Silva, goes right to Walker, and he's caught middle of the field. 33 out from his own line by Underhill and Hayward. Now De Silva. He works it right edge to Tuolangi. Caught 4 metres short of halfway. 15 in from the eastern touchline. Last tackle, Parramatta. Burton was in there with Underhill. Comes left to Volkman. Under pressure from Hayward. A kick straight down the throat of Tracy. He catches it. 19 out from his own line. 10 in from the eastern touchline. And he's wrapped up inside the 30. And about 10 in from touch on the eastern side. Played to Carraz. He runs into the marker, Brian Kelly. And he stands in the tackle. Plays it 33 out from his own line on that far side to Burton. Goes right to Sherry. Sherry managed to get through Volkman. Caught 12 short of halfway. Plays it to Hayward. Goes open side right. Carraz through a pass midfield to Tuala. He's cut down on halfway. 4 plays into the set. Out of dummy half goes Galvin. Dummy's past one. Eagley past Tuolangi. Iongi to beat. Iongi wraps him up 20 metres out. Last tackle. 8 in from the eastern touchline. Curran dummy half. Long ball goes right to Burton. They run it on the last. Leo Thompson. He throws a cutout over the head of Crichton. Tuala's got it. Plays tiptoe through the tulip to the touchline and caught. Change over 50 out from the Parramatta line. A metre in from the western touchline. 2.5 minutes left first half. No score. Touchline, the Greek god of rugby league.
Well, there's not much doing at all with this Canterbury attack. They're really struggling. Obviously, Lockie Gower made a break there, but it's all coming off the back of individuals. Leo Thompson has had a couple of good carries, but in terms of their shape, they're just throwing nothing at this Parramatta Eels defence.
Now, the Eels are 12 short of halfway. What would be horrific for Canterbury if Parramatta finds a way to get downfield and score before the break. Mind you, there's only 2 minutes to go, and the Eels are 10 metres short of halfway. Dummy half is De Silva. He sends it right to Tuolangi. He's been busy out there on the right edge. Knocked to the deck, a metre in Canterbury Bankstown territory by Sherry. Played to De Silva, back to the left. Volkman got the pass away to Walker. And Walker almost at half pace takes on the line. Caught by Tubanua. 6 metres in Bulldogs half. Last tackle, De Silva goes right to Volkman. The kick from 43 metres out. Angle to the wing of Jacob Carraz. Up they go. The ball is loose. Diving for it, Parramatta, but it's scooped up out the back by Matt Burton. And Canterbury has it 15 out from the Bulldogs line with 1:22 left in the half. And there is no scoreline at all. Tracy on the open side wrapped up, 22 out from his own goal line. I can't remember a scoreless first half this year. I feel like I'm in 1982. There's a pass out the back. Canterbury throwing it around with recklessness. It's picked up by Parramatta, and Joash Papali's over to score. What on earth is Canterbury doing? Try awarded by Todd Smith, albeit he does want a couple of questions answered in the bucket from Adam G. Canterbury have literally thrown the ball away, picked up by Joash Papali to score the try that will count as long as there was not a Parramatta hand in that awful mess. It was Carraz running in and away from Walker, hit the deck, threw the ball off the ground recklessly. Lockie Galvin tried to kick it from boot to foot, from foot to hand. It went off his 10 thumbs. Then Leo Thompson dived on it, squirted out, picked up by Papali. Wham, bam, thank you, man.
Well, during that whole period, once the ball was turned over, I was thinking, and I was about to say, this is a great opportunity here for the Parramatta Eels to turn the goal line defence they've been scrambling into some strong yardage and force a turnover. But in the end, it looks like it's the Bulldogs who are their own worst enemy, trying to play like they're behind by 12 points. And they're trying to chase a score. They didn't need to do that here. And as long as Papali doesn't touch the ball in this contest right there with Galvin, it's a try. And they deserve this. They have been so strong on their own goal line, and then getting up in the faces there of the Bulldogs and forcing that error. This is what I'm concerned about.
Thanks for the explanation, Todd.
So this is what I'm concerned about. If we have a look at what
we've
the
cleared play up until this point.
It's this
first
contest.
touch is off Lachlan Galvin's foot.
Right.
He now knocks the ball on.
Here.
Keep going. He now regains possession after the knock-on. At that point, the play is dead. We have a decision.
So it is no try because... But he still loses the ball.
Reset the clock.
But he doesn't have full possession of it. He still loses it.
But wow, Michael Carrianos on the touchline. No score still.
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused by that one as well, team.
If he had control of the ball, he doesn't lose it.
He doesn't.
Correct.
Exactly.
Correct. So that's... I don't understand how they're saying he has control of that ball. If we're looking, if it was talking cricket, you wouldn't claim that as a catch. So that's a bizarre decision there.
So, again, it went off. It was a horrible pass from Carraz.
That is not... He does not have full possession of that.
He never had any control over it. Wow.
Well, that is what a breather there for the Bulldogs.
Well, there's still 51 seconds to go, and Parramatta has a scrum feed, 19 out from the Canterbury line. So, the scrum to be fed. They've still got a great opportunity to do something here, the Eels. It comes to the right. From the scrum went to Brian Kelly, and he's going to be put to the ground 17 metres out from the goal line. About 5 metres in from touch. Plays it to Semrani. They work it right to left. Dylan Walker, short ball away, Sam Taviti, caught in centre field by Tubanua. About 22 out, right in front of the post to Silva. Goes left to Papali, plays it out the back. Quick hands away now to Wadota. Puts in a stab kick, hits the deck. punched over the dead ball line by Connor Tracy. Tries to subvert it for Canterbury. 20 seconds to go. Line drop out Bulldogs, but they won't even need to put boot the ball here. And we're going to go to half-time scoreless. As Addo Carr looked, put it on the boot, got through Crichton, although there's a bit of a body check.
I think Crichton plays at Addo Carr after it's clear that he's kicked it.
Yeah, I thought that jostle was okay, but I'm still a bit dazed from what happened 2 minutes ago. Either way, Roo, it is a scoreless first half here at Stadium Australia. One team and one team only had the majority of the opportunities, and that was Canterbury Bankstown, but they could not get the job done. It looked like Parramatta had scored the only try in the 39th minute from bizarre mix-up between Carraz and Lockie Galvin to be saved by the bunker after Joash Papali claimed the try, and somehow we go into the break with no score for either of them.
Yeah, it's very strange considering how many or how high the score lines have been in all games, most of the games this year, that we go in scoreless into the break. But, you know, like you said, the Bulldogs had so much possession. Their yardage game plan is working. And then when they get into their good ball, they're not actually attacking the area that they've put a lot of fatigue into. They're trying to move the ball wide. It's not humming. They need to go and just simplify their game a little bit. But I can't take anything away from the Parramatta Eels. Their defence has been turning up time and time again. They've been getting peppered on their own line, and they only had a few play the balls in the opposition 20, and they're the first to cross the line and then almost look like scoring again just before the break. So even though they've done the bulk of the defence, they just look the most likely at the moment.
Canterbury's had 53% of the ball. No score. Michael Carialis, what have you made of it all?
Well, it's not just the 53% possession that they've had, Andrew. It's the area of the field that they've had it in, and a lot of it has been in good attacking opportunities. That's a really poor result from Canterbury in the opening 40 minutes. Not to even look, seriously, it didn't even look like scoring a point despite all the possession that they had in field territory as well. In fact, Parramatta should have been up at half-time. I do not understand. Look, I understand the reasoning behind the fact that the bunker's been a little bit cute this weekend. We saw it with the Tom Chester try in North Queensland on the weekend as well, when Selwyn Cobbo was penalised, or it's ruled to have knocked the ball out. Chester scored that try, and that was the bunker being cute. I think they've got too cute on this occasion as well. That should have been a try.
Well,
I agree.
Referee's boss Jared Maxwell is in the building. I will try and find him during the news and see if he can clarify that for us. 0467 920 222. Andrew, what I don't get with that try to Parramatta is the referee called a try to Parramatta.
And then the bunker overturned the on-field ruling of try.
Why doesn't he just allow it as a no try and go directly to the bunker? If you say no try, Mark, it doesn't go to the bunker.
Yeah.
It's only... Oh, no, sorry. Normally, it only goes to the bunker with a no try ruling. I see what you're saying, but
Yeah.
he thought it was a try. We thought it was a try.
The bunker overruled him.
And I'll guarantee you, Lockie Galvin thought it was a try.
I think everybody in this stadium thought it was a try, because the thing is, it's a judgment call. I judge that he did not have full possession of the ball. If that's happening in yardage, that is not called back and given as a knock-on. That's play on. The opposition win themselves 10, 12 extra metres, and we just play on.
On the text line, 0467 920 222. Chris says, now we know why they're 15 at 16. The Greek god of footy, stop flirting with MC Maury. Ha ha ha, love the callers of this team, from Andrew the Trucker. Team, the way this is going, do we go to Golden Point, or it's 0-0 at full time? Enjoying the call, says Rob from... I think there should be a rule against that. If it's 0-0.
If it's 0-0.
Teams are playing that ball in. It should be extra. No, but it will. And I was about to text who has a Ken Wilson in their side for the field goal. Yeah, that's right. 1-0 win for Newtown. Hi, Andrew. He also played in the scoreless draw between Newtown and Canterbury, 1-0 Newtown and Saints. Hi, Andrew and Roo. Just checking that the description of Michael as the Greek god of NRL is not some sort of flirtatious remark. Well, I don't think so. Glad the Bulldogs took Galvin, says Ross at Terrigal. Bunker determined play was dead. Is that okay? Well, it is okay, but they're wrong. Kieran says, we really waited all day on this public holiday for this match. Luckily, we've got the best commentators in the house to help us get us through. Thanks, guys. Our pleasure, Kieran. Yeah, the game's not much, but what it is quite tense. And
it's what you make it, right?
It is everything glass half full or glass half empty.
Yeah, we've got footy.
I've got glass pouring over the top.
Yeah, overflowing.
Canterbury 0, Parramatta 0. Yeah, the game's sort of half glass full, but the game is definitely half empty.
But you know what? They've got 40 minutes to turn it around.
They do, and the coaches will be working on them as we speak. We're going to head to the ABC newsroom right now.
ABC News with Noni Edwards. A relative of the late Richard Scolyer says the national outpouring of grief after his death shows the impact he had on others. The former Australian of the Year and renowned melanoma researcher died on Sunday at the age of 59 after being diagnosed with an aggressive form of brain cancer in 2023. A state funeral will be held in his honour. Greg Scolyer says his younger cousin was a wonderful person whose work saved lives.
It's a real honour to him, and it just shows you the effort and the work and the dedication he has donated to world health and science.
Police have renewed their appeal for information about a 24-year-old woman missing in a remote part of the West Australian goldfields as search efforts resume today. Crystal Johnston was seen near Jeddah Mere Plains, 40 kilometres north of Menzies, just after 6 o'clock on Friday evening. Police say Ms Johnston had been in a vehicle which stopped on Goldfields Highway. She's described as being 165 centimetres tall, of medium build, with brown shoulder-length hair, and has a tattoo of a green love heart on the right side of her face. Anyone with information is urged to contact police. The Prime Minister's repeated calls for de-escalation in the Middle East amid 3 fresh Iranian missile strikes at Israel. Political reporter Samantha Dick has more.
Iran's attacks mark Tehran's first raid on Israel since a fragile ceasefire was announced in early April and followed Israel striking Hezbollah targets in southern Beirut. Anthony Albanese says the federal government has consistently called for an end to the war.
We want to see a de-escalation. We continue to call for that.
Mr Albanese says the war is having a devastating impact on the global economy, including in Australia.
Authorities are verifying reports of at least 5 deaths from a magnitude 7.8 earthquake that struck the Philippines. Disaster management authorities say the fatalities are still being verified as authorities assess the extent of the damage on the ground. Tsunami warnings have been issued in the Philippines, neighbouring Indonesia, and by the US tsunami warning system, with people in coastal areas warned to move to higher ground. Opponents of a controversial plan to build a massive waste-to-energy project in Fiji have welcomed the Environment Ministry's rejection of the project's environmental impact assessment. The $900 million proposal to build a massive incinerator at Vunda Point to burn waste and generate electricity is backed by the Australian billionaire Ian Malouf. But the Fiji Environment Ministry says the environmental impact assessment report failed to adequately assess and address a range of health, environmental and economic risks. Paul Forrest from the group Protect the Heritage Coast says it's the right decision.
You know, it's not just about it being in our backyard. It's about the whole logistical operation of the thing. Importing all that waste from other countries to fuel it.
5 people have been injured in a mass stabbing attack at New York City's Penn Station. 1 person seriously injured, 2 have moderate injuries and 2 have minor injuries. The New York Police Department says it's arrested a suspect following a manhunt. The city's in the midst of heightened security measures before US President Donald Trump visits tomorrow to watch the NBA Finals. The annual King's Birthday AFL clash between Collingwood and Melbourne is underway after celebrities earlier made an icy plunge at the MCG for the annual Fight MND Big Freeze. AFL legend Neil Danaher started Fight MND in 2014 to help tackle the disease which he battled for over a decade before his death 2 weeks ago. The G is awash with blue Big Freeze beanies, and 12 well-known Australians slid into a pool of sub-zero waters as part of the tradition. One of them, Governor-General Sam Mostyn, says Danaher's message was one of empathy.
That's what I've done today, is to say to all of Australia, we can be much more like Neil, care, show up the way we intend to be, think about others, and don't rest on the things that make you, that are hard, but always think about what makes us better.
Socceroos midfielder Cameron Devlin's defended the team's slow start in recent practice matches. The Socceroos went down a goal early in a 1-0 loss to Mexico a week ago and Sunday's 1-1 draw against Switzerland in San Diego. But Devlin says the Socceroos performed well against the 2 sides placed in the top 20 of FIFA's rankings. Their first World Cup game against Turkey is just 6 days away, and Devlin says the team has work to do but is playing well.
when you're coming up against, Mexico, Switzerland, they're really good teams. And I think the way, we went about it in both second halves of both games shows, the resilience and what kind of this team's, always been about.
Are there any winners in the cost of living crisis? What's causing the algal bloom?
Questions. They've never been more important. So the one thing we'll never question is our duty to keep asking. ABC News, keep asking.
The 2026 NRL Premiership.
On your radio, ABC Sport Digital Radio.
And ABC Listen.
A highlight free half. There's no score at half-time between Canterbury, Bankstown and Parramatta. Andrew Moore alongside Ruan Sims and Michael Carianis down on the touchline here at Stadium Australia. And Canterbury seemed to have more of the opportunities, but nothing doing. I did go looking for Jared Maxwell at half-time, but he's not here up in our deck anyway to get clarification on that. But I know that the ruling was from the bunker that he'd regained control, Lockie Galvin. That's just something we happen to disagree with. In the AFL third quarter, Collingwood 47, leading Melbourne 37. And by the way, it is the first scoreless half since round 19, 2021. So we're looking at 5 years.
Ooh-wee.
And it was Canberra and Parramatta, you remember that well, round 19, 2021. And that scoreless game that, at least I remember correctly, the year 1982 was Newtown and Canterbury. And the late Ken the Squeaker Wilson played in that game, and he also kicked the field goal when Newtown beat Canterbury 1-0. So he played in both of those amazing games.
Yeah.
We can't be in for that here, can
Oh, I don't know. You know what?
Can we?
Also, there was a 1-0 grand final in the New South Wales
Yes.
Women's Premiership
After
just a
extra
couple
time.
of years ago.
That
Yeah,
game
in
went
extra
forever,
time.
didn't it?
Yep. So it has happened recently.
Yeah, very, very rare though, especially in this modern footy, Ruan, where so quick and gaps open up so frequently.
that was the point I was making just before we went to the news. Considering how many points we do see scored with all the new rule changes and things like that, it's unheard of since 2019. There you go.
Round 19.
Round 19. Sorry, 2021, round 19.
I was with you. Had 19 on the brain.
You're picking up what I'm putting down.
On the text line, 0467 920 222. Hi, Andrew. Our son, Geordie, is an avid listener to the program and a Bulldogs fan like his dear old dad. It's his birthday on Wednesday, so if you give him a shout-out, he'd be absolutely chuffed. Thanks for the great coverage from Rog. Geordie, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Geordie.
Good on you. Panthers are going to win the premiership. They are miles ahead of the comp, says Lulu from Canberra. Doggies will put 40 on them in the second half, reckons Brad in Melbourne. Mark says they complain in the presses about decisions you're not getting as Serraldo has in recent weeks, and surprise, surprise, you get a wrong call. One for the statisticians, how long since we had a scoreless first half in the NRL?
2021.
Yes.
Round 19.
Oh, that's right. Maury, did Ken Wilson drop kick toe poking shovel? Ken Wilson would have. That was his style of drop kicks, yes, field goals. If it's nil or full time, it could go to no golden point and good night. There was a bit of comment out the back here, actually, saying, I mentioned to a few people, other broadcasters, about the text we had at half time saying, should it go to golden point?
Oh, I thought you meant about you being a creep.
No, not a creep, a grub.
Sorry, a grub.
A grub.
I made up. Oh, sorry, it was me that texted that in.
Mind you, don't fuel the fire, because they've done
honestly, Maury, you got to lean into the stupidity. You do.
Oh, no, I do. I don't.
You do.
I brought it up so we could have a chuckle about it. But some research has been done by someone into that number that sent that text. And I don't use the term loosely, but the person writing it in is an absolute raving lunatic, judging by some of the text. So I don't lean into it at all. But the unanimous answer was, when I suggested that there shouldn't be extra time for a score, was no way. No, there should not. So
unfortunately, the rules say
otherwise.
There will be.
Do you know what? Because I love chaos, Roo, I want that to happen.
I'm the queen of chaos.
I want it.
Bring it on.
No score and an extra.
Yeah. And then you know what? At the end, we'll just have a tackle off to see who wins.
Let's go down to the touchline. Michael Carianis, what say you?
you got to think that Canterbury will have enough class to get this game won. But based on that first half, you just can't be sure given the amount of possession and territory that they enjoyed. It was a real willing and spirited performance from Parramatta in that opening 40 minutes.
Yeah, their goal line defence was quite inspirational. There's no doubt about it. But equally, from the other side of things, Canterbury just did not know how to get the job done close to the line because they had opportunity after opportunity. And maybe, as we say, Roo, that is a lot of credit to Parramatta's scramble defence for muddling the Bulldogs' mind.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've been very praising of the defence and the effort that I've seen from the Parramatta Eels today. They absolutely deserve to be going in 0-0, considering what MC as well said. Where the possession was that the Bulldogs had, they turned them away time and time again and almost scored their own points just before half-time. But I cannot wait to hear what MC gets from the coaches' sheds in their half-time chat. I feel like it's going to be pretty interesting. There might have been some paint peeling on some walls.
I think Michael would be interested to hear what he comes up with there too. He's wandering around.
I can see him prowling.
Oh, he's prowling.
He's getting all the goods.
He's the number one rugby league rider in the game.
The number one prowler.
You're working with a prowler and a grub. Here's a kick-off. Goes down to the northeast corner. And the ball bounces over the touchline. How can a team let that happen? Parramatta has let that ball go over the touchline, and that gives Canterbury possession 10 out from the Parramatta line. Dear, dear. I think what some of these players need is back to school on Tuesday.
Well, that's just not paying attention there, and this is the exact start that the Bulldogs need. But they need to be able to capitalise straight away here, Maury.
All they had to do, Roo, was put 1 foot over the touchline, touch it. Touch it on the full, and they would have got it.
He was out of position.
So Canterbury the scrum feet, 10 out, right in front of the Parramatta post. Picked up by Hayward, goes right to Crichton. Stephen Crichton, strong run, and he's taken 3 metres out from the goal line. Kautongi was in there with Papali. Played now to Bailey Hayward. Goes to the left to Galvin. Delay pass out the back to Burton to Curran. Curran charges, caught 12 metres out from the line. No score, 1 minute gone, second half. Great chance here for the Bulldogs. Hayward goes right to Salmon. I feel, though, we've said that a few times. Williams was there in defence with Walker. 4 metres out, right in front of those northern goalposts. Played to Bailey Hayward. Comes to the right to Galvin. Short ball to Banua. Satelli to Banua. Close to the goal line. He's over to score. Did he get it down or has he lost it? Todd Smith reckons he lost it.
Coming into tackle 4, had no try. Confirming's held up, tackle 4.
Okay, held up rather than lost it. I thought I saw the ball squirt free on that far side. Isaiah Iongi was down low.
Aspects of play up until this point.
Adam G is in the bunker. And then a hand comes in underneath.
Oh, that is such a good effort.
Unreal. It's just like a mystery arm.
Just looking to see if he maintains possession as well.
Well, that'll be the next step, because the way he blew the whistle, it felt like he'd lost it in the contact. But look at this big right paw.
Was it Adam's family who had Thing came out of the box?
I think he maintains possession and he's held up over the line.
He's held up by Thing.
Tackle 4, boys.
A disembodied arm.
Unbelievable play. So Canterbury going to play the ball 10 metres out. Michael would be a big fan of the Adams family. He's wondering where they live. Here it comes to the left, Galvin. Pass away, Salmon to Burton. Short ball to Curran. Curran got past Volkman, but he's taken capably by Samrani. 8 metres out, played on the last to Hayward. Fires it away right to Burton. Cross-field kick, it's going to be short of the goal line. Up they go. Oh, great catch for Parramatta. It's taken there by Russell. 9 out from the Eels line. Nearly 2 gone second half, and Parramatta thwart Canterbury again. It comes right to Kautonga. He scored 18 out from his own line. Plays the ball, but that was an incredible try-saving tackle for Parramatta. I still don't know whose arm that was. It just appeared. 27 out from the Parramatta line they are.
I think it was Kautonga's arm.
I think it was too, but I'm happy to go with the Thing for a minute. Here's Parramatta on the right edge. 32 out from their own line and 15 in from the western touchline. Ball played quickly now as falling over the feet of the defender is De Silva. Play on. De Silva scrambles. Tackled 12 short of halfway. 10 in from touch western side. On the last, Kelly goes left to Volkman. Kicks from inside the 40. Drifting back Tracy with the catch. 12 out from his own goal line. He heads up over the 20 and he's going to be nailed by Walker. 30 out from the Bulldogs line. 2 minutes 30 gone second half. Still no score. Touchline, Michael Carianis.
Yeah, Harry Hayes has been cleared of a serious injury. He's just warming up on the bench, trying to see if he'll be able to return to the field or not. Canterbury officials weren't confident that he'd be able to, but he's just doing a fitness test on the sideline now after coming off with a bit of a rib complaint in that first half.
Now Crichton slow to his feet. What about that try-saving tackle by Kautonga? You're all over it, Michael Carianis. Here's Underhill, 5 metres in Parramatta territory. That was brilliant. Comes to the right this time to Thompson. Caught 38 metres out from the Eels goal line. No score. It stuns me that MC had a clue about that TV show. Matt Burton puts up a towering kick down to the right wing. It's caught by Carraz, but he's caught instantly as well by Semrani. Changeover, and Parramatta get the footy. 18 out from their own line. 3 minutes 30 gone, second half, no score.
A couple of tackles ago, Crichton made that nice run. He sort of bent the defensive line of the Parramatta Eels, but he's not quite right. He's not moving very freely. He looks uncomfortable, and he was in the hands of the trainer for a little while, so we'll just keep an eye on him, see if the Eels identify that and send some traffic down his way.
Now, in centre field, Santoviti, good run. Caught 10 short of halfway by Hayward, played quickly to De Silva, goes left to Walker, got the pass away, Papali, he links up with Kautonga on that left edge, still going Kautonga, ran right through Crichton and then throws the ball to the touch judge. Tell you what, Dave Munro, he could have scored 3 tries today. That pass went straight to him. Another shocker. This time from Parramatta's Kitione Kautonga. And it was a great run by him, but then the arm that's become known as the Thing was errant in the throw. Canterbury going to play the ball. 8 short of halfway. 4 minutes 20 gone, second half, no score. Around the grounds in the AFL, Collingwood 53 leading Melbourne 49. A reminder that Ruan Sims is here and Michael Carianis is here with me until 7:30, because at 6:30 it'll be NRL Monday and we'll be speaking to Penrith Paul Alamotti. You up for it, Ru?
Big shift. I'm in.
Well, I guess compared to the Fireys, it's nothing.
Yeah, this is I'm doing some sleep.
Underhill, try not to though. 6 metres in Parramatta territory, although by 7:30 I could have put you to sleep. Comes left to Galvin, and he's wrapped up. About 34 out from the Parramatta line. Samrani was in there with Tuolangi. Played western side. Sherry darts across field. Not really having an impact yet, Bronson Sherry today. Tackled here, 26 out from the Eels line. 2 tackles left. Hayward sends the ball right. Salmon got it away. Underhill drifts back to the left. Then he goes back on the inside to Leo Thompson. Leo Thompson's nailed. 18 metres out from the Parramatta line. Last tackle, Canterbury. Good crowd, I reckon it's over 35,000 for this one. Galvin goes left to Burton on the last, and a pass comes off the leg of Bronson Sherry and over the touchline. I've got so many questions, Roo. One is, why didn't he try to catch it?
Yeah, it was... Those last passes just have not been going where they need to. It's a really nice set play, and it just dips at the last minute, and Sherry just tries to kick at that one, and that is a try gone begging, because it would have been 2-on-1, and I'd be backing them in for points there.
So now Parramatta, they're just continuing to hang in there in a scoreless game. 6 minutes gone, no score. The ball played to De Silva. Goes right to Semrani, not gone. I'm not sure these two teams should be playing 80 minutes, let alone Golden Point, Michael Carianis. Down to you on the touchline.
I'm looking forward to Golden Point, hopefully. Neil Law, it'd be quite interesting, a Neil Law Golden Point game.
That's Michael Carianis. Yes, it would be something. Canterbury scrum feed. Canterbury's got to score though, MC, don't they? I mean, they have to.
You'd think so, Andrew, but I'm not putting your house on it.
That's kind of you.
You're not putting your house on it. You might put his on it, though.
No, I'm feeling generous today.
Oh, nice.
He was due, Rook. Here's a scrum to be fed by Burton. In it goes. Canterbury wins it. Hayward goes right to Galvin. Double pumps it out to Tracy. With the right foot step, caught 15 out. So is this the moment now for Canterbury? After 6 minutes and 45 seconds of the second half. Galvin goes left to Salmon. Then to Matt Burton. Bodies in motion out the back. Sherry. Linked up with Carraz. Left foot step by Jacob. Gets away from Kelly. Got away from another. Offloaded to Salmon. And now Salmon's going to be caught by the defence. 12 metres out of Walker and Talon De Silva. Gets all the way to the 10-metre line. Finally plays it to Hayward. Sends it right to Galvin. Links up with Tracy. They're inside the 10 Parramatta. They keep going right to Crichton. So a set restart here for Canterbury. They have to score. Played to Tuwala. Goes left to Galvin, away to Hayward. Turns it back on the inside for the Bulldogs. And the tackle made on Salmon 12 metres out. Hayward awaits. Goes to the left to Galvin. Galvin to Tumanua. time this time. Through one, Omar gets it down, try. He wasn't going to be denied by the thing or anything else. He's over to score, Satili Tupanua. And finally, the Bulldogs crowd are on their feet. Canterbury Bankstown 4, Parramatta 0. The endless errors from Parramatta in this second half has finally cost them. The last one being a Semrani knock-on. Tupanua scores, 8 gone second half. Canterbury Bankstown 4, Parramatta 0, Ruan Sim.
Oh, it's a much better construction there for that try. This is exactly what you want to be giving and where you want to be giving your second rower ball. This close to the line, getting them one-on-one with the half, that is automatically a mismatch. He goes through the half, he goes over the top of Iongi, and even though I think it's Williams that comes in to try and shut it down, he won't be denied a second time. And he does very well to hang on to the ball there and score the very first points of this game.
I tell you, it took a while for that ball to hit the turf.
Yeah, I was a bit worried as I was talking, thinking, oh, I've gone too quickly here.
It was it Williams' hand? Let's go downstairs, Michael Carianis.
Yeah, he's been one of their best players over the past couple of weeks. Satili Tupanua, when they looked like they were struggling, he's the guy that's ignited them at times and really carried them off his own back. Rue mentioned the fact that Stephen Crichton was struggling a little bit and definitely was in the lead up to that try. Positive news, he's going to try and attempt this try conversion.
All right, so he's 18 metres, 19 metres out, 16 in from the eastern touchline. Stephen Crichton, 4-0 Bulldogs. First points coming in the 48th minute of the game. Left foot kick, Crichton. There's still 31 minutes to go. Crichton moves in now. He strikes it, likes it, kicks the goal. Bulldogs 6, Eels 0, NRL Monday here on ABC Sport. And does that open the floodgates with Parramatta being, well, they've just been pinned on their own goal line for most of the game. On the text line, 0467 920 222. Mark says, hi team, last night was bin night at my place. Thank you, Mark. And another Mark at the ACT. Right,
mine's a Tuesday, Mark.
Mine is, tomorrow morning. Get Raiders and Tigers out there too and have a 4-on-4 battle of the zeros. MC Gomez Adams says hillbilly hard with a lot of smiley faces. And Tumbarumba Bulldog says Michael Carianis has just provided the sideline comment of the year. I tried to do a couple of flicks there, but it was very quiet. That was good.
Thank you.
Canterbury 12 out from their own line. 9 minutes 30 gone second half. Carraz beats one easily. Got a one-hander away to Burton. Here they go. They're going to open up now. Canterbury might end up winning by quite a score here. Hayward goes to his right to Tracy. He's now 4 metres short of halfway. Let's see what resolve this Parramatta team has. Hayward goes left to Burton to Curran, then away to Sherry. Sherry over the 40 to Carraz, flirts with the touchline and wrapped up 26 metres out. 5 in from touch western side. Still 2 tackles left. The set after points. Played to Curran, goes right to Burton to Hayward. Hayward out the back, finds Galvin away from a terrible attempt from Chow Tonga. Comes back at him with help from De Silva. 24 out. Last play, Hayward blindside right to Galvin, puts up the kick. Being chased by Crichton, up they go. Crichton with the catch, Crichton with the try, 10-0 just like that. A great set from Canterbury after scoring points. Crichton boots it into the crowd at that northern end. Great catch from him. 10 minutes 30 gone second half. Canterbury 10, Parramatta 0, and there's the promise of much more to come, Roo.
Oh, the great set. That was the perfect set after points. They broke the middle, then they moved to an edge. They broke the edge, and what that happens when you break down an edge like that, everybody has to collapse to try and fill that gap. And then you spin it to that opposite side. That's exactly where that space is going to open up. And that was beautiful. It was a great place kick. I think it was Connor Tracy that actually ended up putting the kick up in the end. But we're just currently watching a replay of Matt Burton, who has run so much today.
Yeah.
And I love that. I think that's really important. And it was Tracy who puts up the kick. And Crichton, who I thought was out injured for a while, MC, he's the one now who comes up with the points. What a great work by the captain.
Yeah, outstanding work there from Stephen Crichton as the Bulldogs go back to back. And Andrew, you hinted at that in the lead up to, during that set, that the Bulldogs look on now and could really rack up a score. It looks like it's headed that way.
Yeah, it seems pretty obvious. I don't know what can turn it around. Maybe a mistake from Canterbury and an opportunistic try for Parra. Who knows? But Crichton will line up this conversion. 12 or 13 out, about 5 to the right of where he put the ball down to score. 28 and a half to go. Canterbury Bankstown 10, Parramatta 0. Earlier in the New South Wales Cup, Canterbury won that by 60 points to 60 points to 4. Canterbury won the New South Wales Cup. Here's Crichton. No tries for 47 minutes, now 2 in 3. Crichton with his left boot moves in and pilots it right between the sticks. He's 2 out of 2. Canterbury Bankstown 12, Parramatta 0. You're with Ryan Sims, Michael Carianis. I'm Andrew Moore here on ABC Sport. Around the grounds too in the AFL being played at the MCG. Collingwood 60, leading Melbourne 55, and that is in the third quarter at the G. Maury Cam from Carlo here is Carraz a grub because he was flirting with the touchline. Well, maybe. That's right. Mind you, that'll sound weird to people not listening in the first half. My bin pickup is a Friday, and I pick it up with a smiley face. Loving the Adams family references. Lifelong Dogs fans, got to find the silver linings. At least they're keeping the game close. Also wish Rue could join the A-team of you, Luke and Jonty, says Adam. She's too busy to be with us.
I always make time for you guys.
Oh, you do? But I mean, you know, every Friday and Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
no,
you want to spend your days with me, Jonty and Louie, I don't know. Here's Canterbury inside their 30. Carraz plays it. Hayward goes right to Underhill. And Jack Underhill's tackled 35 out from his own line. 12-0 Bulldogs. Hayward goes left. Burton kicks from inside the 40. Not looking for the 40-20 rather than the depth of kick. Iongi fields a 10 out from his own line. Takes on Sherry and beat him. And then stepped into Burton and hits the deck. 34 out from the Parramatta line and 5 in from touch on the western side. He plays the ball now to Volkman. Goes left to Samrani. He's tackled 6 short of halfway. And it looks like a replacement here for Parramatta. And a debut, a first-grade debut for a 22-year-old. Tian Kum Brown is on the field for Parramatta. Good luck to him. Right on the centre of the ground. Parramatta shove it away to the left to Addo Carr. Sprints into Galvin and also Crichton. Wrapped up. 35 out from the Bulldogs line. Parramatta to the right through Williams. Great run up the middle, Williams. He runs into Tracy, knocked to the deck. 13 metres out from the goal line. So Parramatta trying to get one back right here to Silva. Sends a poor pass. Good hands from Boltman. Crossfield kick on the last. Up they go. Oh, it's juggled but caught. In the end, a good catch coming from Carraz. 5 out from the Canterbury Bankstown line. 13 minutes, 30 gone, second half. Bulldogs 12-0 over the Eels as Canterbury now play 2. Roo have it on their own 10.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity here for some strong defence from the Parramatta Eels. If they can hem in the Bulldogs and get some points back, we're back in the contest.
Hayward sends it right. Tuala bounces away from a big attempt, but no result there from Kautonga. Right on the Parramatta, or rather the Canterbury 20-metre line. Now a pass that looked forward from Leo Thompson to Underhill. He's tackled 13 short of halfway. Last play, Hayward goes right. Galvin from outside the 40, kicks it down to Addo Carr. Fields a 24 out from his own line and curiously sent a 25-metre pass left to right. And the pass is taken by Iongi. And he's met by Galvin and Salmon and Tupanua. 26 out from the Parramatta line. Canterbury 12, Parramatta 0. Just under 26 minutes to go here at Western Sydney Stadium as Kelly hits it up. He's tackled 31 out from his own line. Volkman comes centre field left to Addo Carr. The Boos have lost a little bit of lustre, but they're still there. It's scored now 11 short of halfway by Tupanua involved again.
There were no boos when it was 0-0.
Comes to the right now to Brown. Tian Kum Brown caught just short of halfway. Plays it to Silva. Goes right for Parley. Links up now with a good strong run coming from Tuolangi. He's done some good work. Kelmer's caught 33 out from the Bulldogs line by Burton. Played on the last. Kick from Volkman on the short side. Very short. Connor Tracy doesn't even bother. The ball bounces back here for Volkman again. He throws a specky. Taken by Dylan Walker, 22 out. Crossfield kick looking for the Fox. Up they go. Oh, he lost it. Fox got there first and dropped it, and he's injured just below the knee, maybe the hammy. He was taken on the way down, and he's concerned.
Right decision, not on Josh Addo Carr. Distributed contact, mate.
So if it is deemed illegal contact on Addo Carr, it would be a penalty try to Parramatta. But Todd Smith...
The on-field decision of Josh Addo Carr onside.
So up they go. Tuala against Addo Carr. He's knocked it on Tuala into Addo Carr.
My line decision is off Josh. You're having a look.
I think the first one is off Tuala into Addo Carr.
Genuine contest by both players. Inari knocks the ball on first into Josh Addo Carr.
Tuala slapped it into Addo.
Yeah. And then the contact is that's just incidental.
Yeah, it goes into Josh.
There'll be a knock on Canterbury.
Yeah.
And Parramatta will get another set. No score, 15 minutes 20 gone.
And good
He
news.
also touches the left-hander Josh Adokar to double knock on. We have a decision.
Yes.
And good news for the Eels. Adokar is back up on his feet.
Yes, because that was a bit of a worry. Let's go to the touchline. Michael Carianis is there.
Yeah, that was a concern there, but he's taken his place back on that left wing. But probably an opportunity blown there. It was tough for Josh Adokar, no doubt about that. But that was an opportunity to score Parramatta's first try. But they get the ball back. They've got to produce some points here.
And I think MC, the catch made tougher by the fact, as we saw, Tuali virtually slapped it into Adokar's chest.
Yeah, it was a tough. It wasn't an easy one, no doubt about that. If Tuala wasn't there, it was a gift for Josh Adokar. But Tuala did well to scramble and cause enough of a ruckus for Josh Adokar to fumble the ball to get to prevent him from scoring a try.
Exactly. Here's the scrum, 10 metres out, right in front of the sticks. Parramatta wins the scrum. It comes to the right. Papali away to Iongi. Iongi tries to accelerate through. Flung to the ground by Sherry. But it's a penalty inside the 10, Canterbury. So a penalty goes to Parramatta. And that is the first penalty of the game.
Yeah, it has been. There's been a lot of ball in play, hasn't there?
And there what? So that is the first penalty of the game, and because it was from a scrum, they're choosing to repack the scrum.
Yeah, I think it's smart because they've got plenty of speed out there and they feel like they can catch the Bulldogs napping.
And if there's another scrum infringement, it would be an automatic sin bin. Parramatta wins the scrum, and it goes to the left for Parley. Steps a little this one, a little that way. And in the end, he's taken by Galvin and Haywood and Tupanua. 8 out from the Canterbury line. Southeast corner, played to De Silva. He sends it right now to Brown. He's tackled Jiankun Brown. 5 out from the goal line. Dummy half to Silva. 12-0 Bulldogs for the Eels on the attack. Volkman turns it into Tuolangi. He's looked as likely as anyone for Parramatta, and he strolls through one. Tackle 4 short of halfway, but then gives away a penalty for raising an arm.
Yeah. So it was a big run, Maury. But how painful is that? They've got such good possession. They've got plenty of running, and now they just give away a penalty with ball in hand.
Curran is the player who's collected. It's a raised forearm by Tuolangi into the face of Josh Curran. He's going to go to the bin for sure.
I think he might.
At least.
And it's right in the throat of Curran as well. Right in that soft spot.
So Kelma Tuolangi, again, I said he's the most likely, but on play 2, 8 metres out, he's given away a ridiculous penalty. A forearm to the head of Josh Curran is on report.
No, he's just going on report, that's it.
Well, I'm stunned he's not in the sin bin at the very least. Michael Carianis down to you on the touchline.
Yeah, because if the roles were reversed, it's definitely a sin bin. I would have been quite comfortable with the sin bin there. Defenceless defender, Josh Curran there, just copped it straight in the jaw. So that could have been a lot worse for not only Kelma, but Josh Curran as well. I would have been comfortable with the sin bin.
Well, that's a forearm to the head. Anyway, he's on report, still 13 on 13. It's 12-0 Bulldogs. And maybe the wrath of his coach later, Jason Riles, might be worth more than a sin bin.
Well, I saw a quick shot of him after that, and it was not pretty.
Oh, dear. Here's Canterbury from the tap. I wouldn't want to upset Riles.
Neither.
33 out from the Bulldogs line, 14 in from the Western touchline. Sherry plays it to Haywood. He sends the ball open side right to Max King, who's back on the field. And he's going to be caught about 10 metres short of halfway. Curran's still out there. He's just having a chill on the blind side at the moment as the Bulldogs centre of the ground.
Bludging even?
I was never going to suggest bludging, just having a Roy and HD reference. That's beautiful. Because you're a pro. Lockie Galvin takes them on. Caught 9 metres in Parramatta territory. You're proud of that one too, aren't you?
Really proud of that.
You really are.
I hope you two are listening. Just gave you a free plug.
Now comes back in centre field for Canterbury. About 31 metres out from the goal line. Now the ball's going to be played to Haywood, middle of the park. Comes to the right, the kick downfield from Lockie Galvin. Iongi charges over it, never looked like catching it, dropped it cold. So Canterbury will have a scrum feed 10 metres out, and this Parramatta effort's gone to the absolute you-know-what house in their second half. Canterbury will get a scrum feed, 13 out from the Parramatta line, 22 and a half to go, Bulldogs 12, Eels 0.
Well, a lot of that does come from the work that the Bulldogs put into this Parramatta Eels outfit in the first 40 minutes. They did force them to make a lot of tackles, a lot of scrambling defence on their own goal line, and that really zaps your energy. And it's about this time that you start to see the effects of that. So, you know, unfortunately for the Eels, they're just really starting to feel the pinch.
So Canterbury, a great opportunity here with the scrum, and it goes to the left to Tracy, 15 out, takes on the defence, but he's mauled to the ground, ball and all, by Samrani. 10 out, 10 in, northwest corner. Plays the ball now, and it goes to the right side. Galvin, back to the centre of the park now. And the tackle made 10 metres out from the goal line. And it's Hot Boy on the field. He plays it. Left to Jamin Salmon they go. He's going to be caught 6 metres out from the line. Canterbury attacking, leading 12-0. Bailey Hayward puts in a stab kick to the in-goal area. And it's over the dead ball line.
I'm just going to check this kick on 3. Just make sure it doesn't touch the head of the Parramatta player, which would make it dead off him. My decision, though, is off the kick, 20-metre restart.
Yeah, I agree with Todd Smith live anyway. He's obviously closer than we are, but the bunker will determine the restart. Through Adam G. You know, it's off the Canterbury player coming through.
Yeah, but then does he bat it backwards?
Yeah, but the ball's over the plate.
Touches the right hand of the Bulldog player first, which is a knock-on into Kelmer's head.
So that was from...
Yeah, no, he gets a hand to it first.
It's a knock-on, 20-metre restart.
Right.
Right, 20-metre tap, 7 tackle set, 21 and a half to go, 12-0 Canterbury Bankstown. So that's another lost opportunity, really, for the Bulldogs.
It was another one where a lack of patience is really stinging them. I think if they go through that set, they score on tackle 4 or 5. You don't need to be kicking on 3.
So Parramatta inside, it's 30 to Silva, goes left to Walker, flat pass at best onto Brown. He's tackled 34 out from his own line by Tubanua. Plays it to De Silva, left to Papali on the short side to Kitiani Kautonga. He's put down 8 metres short of halfway, 14 in from touch eastern side. Short side raid, Papali away, Russell, got it away to Adokar. He puts it on the toe, flying through his Parramatta De Silva, bounces into his chest, and he scores near the post. Brilliantly done down the short side by the Eels. Great heads-up play by Adokar, and magnificent backing up from Talon De Silva for the try. 19 minutes, 20 gone, second half. Canterbury Bankstown 12, Parramatta 4-1, Sim.
Well, that's a perfect hit back. They didn't even need to get to the end of that 7 tackle set. A nice identified short side there, and that is just catch, draw, pass, and a lovely kick by the Fox at the end there as well. And great to see just backing up Talon De Silva, flooding that gap, and they come up with it. It's a short edge. They had 4 players in 10 metres, and they still beat that defence. That is quality and classy work by the Parramatta Eels.
Well, they looked absolutely done for 3 or 4 minutes ago, didn't they? And they're now shortly going to be down 12-6, I think. Touchline and Michael Carianis.
There's a few concerns for a couple of players on that left-hand side as well. Sean Russell has just spent some time with the trainer. He's hobbling a little bit, and Josh Papali has suffered cramp. He's got back to his feet now, but more concern around Sean Russell, who's got that right quad heavily strapped.
And the goal kicking to be done here by the try scorer, Talon De Silva. Not sure of his record kicking for goals, but he's going to line this up 15 metres out. Oh no, he's taking it a bit closer. 12 or 13 metres out, 5 metres to the left of the post.
I bet you were thinking, I wish I'd just dived a metre extra to my right.
That's right. I don't know that he even realised he was the goal kicker.
No.
He's only had 3 attempts in his life, and he's tasted success once.
I'm backing him in. He's going 2 from 4.
Okay. Let's see if we can get to the 50%. Talon De Silva, deep breath. Starts on his approach with the right boot. Strikes it, likes it, kicks the goal, never in doubt. So it is a 6-point ball game. Canterbury Bankstown 12, Parramatta 6. 20 minutes gone, 20 minutes left, second half, after a scoreless first half here at Stadium Australia. Around the grounds in the AFL, it's Collingwood 66 leading the Melbourne Demons 55. Your texts remain welcome, 0467 920 222. 0467 920 222. It's surprising how often you see an attacking forearm and how few times he gets penalised. Same deal either way, I think, says Nicola on the Goldie. I'm with you, Nicola. It should be the same. Team loving the commentary today. You're all having too much fun. Can confirm that flirt is not today's wordle, from Mike. Okay, I won't type that in later. Thank you, Mike. Again, I don't even know if I'd know to spell it. Here it comes to the right for Parramatta. And Kautonga's caught. 22-hour dude, though, now how to spell grub.
And that's definitely not today's wordle.
It's Parramatta. Comes to the right, Walker. And he's going to be wrapped up here by 2 defenders, including Salmon and Boy. They work at centre field. The Eels buoyed by the scoring of some points here at Stadium Australia. They have it 12 short of halfway. Comes to the left. Short ball away. Brown. He beats one. He got a pass away to Joe Papali. He can fly. goes down. See ya! Try to Parramatta, they've gone back to back. Oh, what is happening here at Stadium Australia? Canterbury Bankstown 12, Parramatta 10, a runaway try finished by Joash Papali.
This is brilliant work here from the Parramatta Eels, straight off the back of points. We saw this happen with the Bulldogs as well. Straight off the back, they go straight through again to that left edge. But for a few times, the middle has been fractured of the Canterbury Bulldogs, and it's Parramatta Eels just punching through there, and I love that flooding attack. When you have a big ball runner like this, if you can have a flood around that, it creates opportunities. You just have to play off the back of it, and that's exactly what they do here. And what a great pass for a big man as well. He punches through that gap, gathers himself, and gets a perfect pass away to the speed out wide.
And Ruth, that was after he had strolled through Satili Tupanua with great power.
Yeah.
Deancum Brown, touchline, Michael Carianis.
Well, I know we spoke about it after 40 minutes, a nil or half. When was the last time that happened? Well, when was the last time two sides went back-to-back to score their opening tries of the match? So quite remarkable. Canterbury had a flurry in a couple of minutes, and Parramatta returned serve as to keep this game well alive.
Yeah, we had no score, and then Satili Tupanua scored in the 48th minute. Stephen Crichton backed it up in the 51st minute, 12-0 Canterbury. And then Parramatta scored through Talon De Silva in the 60th minute, and now Papali in the 62nd minute. Is De Silva, 11 metres out. Pretty much the same spot as his previous kick. You back in again, Roo?
Rinse and repeat, 3 from 5, baby.
Up to 60%.
Oh, yeah.
He's nearly doubled his percentage if he gets this in 3 minutes. 12-10 Bulldogs. De Silva strikes it, likes it, kicks it again. We're level. Why not? 12-all Bulldogs and Eels here on this Monday with 16 minutes and 48 seconds to go in the second half. Now 2 tries apiece. Good stuff. Also on the text line 0467 920 222. G'day guys. I spent 50 minutes thinking I was listening to a budget remake of Space Jam, says JP. Cliff from Newcastle, a ruckus, Michael. Excellent work, sir. Any chance we get a Chewy, Louie and Rui call team before season's end? Yeah, quite possibly. Here's the kick. Take it 6 out from the Parramatta goal line. Comes to the right, and it's Tonga, who's wrapped up 12 out from his own line. 12-all Bulldogs and Eels. 16 minutes 30 to play. Now they work it open side right. Parramatta facing some stiff Canterbury defence, but has fallen away in the last few minutes to Silva. He sent it right. Luca Moretti back on the field. He's tackled. 28 out from his own line. Plays the ball centre field to Silva. Goes left to Walker. Steps straight into the defence and upended. 14 short of halfway. Tupanua involved. Now played to Silva. He works it open side right. Strong run here by Moretti. Charges at Burton and Curran. Up to halfway. Plays it quickly on the last. To the right. To Silva away to Volkman. Kicks it down to the southwest corner. Tracy's under it. 9 metres out from the Canterbury line with a catch. Looks a good chase and he's knocked to the deck. 16 out from his own line. 16 minutes to play. Canterbury Bankstown 12. Parramatta 12 is now Carraz. He's put to the ground. 24 out from his own line. Leo Thompson returns to the field for the Bulldogs. Their 5th interchange, so they have 3 to go. And it's Jamin Salmon who's been replaced. Now the Canterbury side on its own 30. Another 12-0. They look like they were going to cruise home. But alas, Curran. He goes open side right to Thompson. And Leo Thompson stands in a 3-man tackle. 34 out from his own line. Plays the ball to Hayward. Goes right to King. And King met solidly 8 short of halfway. That brings up the last for the Bulldogs. Hayward goes right. Kick downfield by Galvin. End over end down to Eong. He barely has to move. Takes it 14 out from his own goal line. Heads to the 20. And then changes direction to Thompson and Hayward. 25 out from the Parramatta line. Quarter of an hour left through. 12 all the score.
Well, ever since that penalty against Tuolangi for lifting that forearm in attack, it's just been all the Parramatta Eels, and they've got plenty of confidence out of it. Look at all this running they're full of. They're finding space around the ruck of the Bulldogs, which is concerning.
Now to dummy half Talon De Silva. Good run. Gets 8 metres in Bulldogs territory and 18 in from touch on the western side. He plays the ball now to Volkman, and he's down with cramp. De Silva went left to Walker. He turns it back on the inside, and Moretti caught. 42 out from the Canterbury line. Stood in the tackle. Played on the last. Comes right to Volkman. De Silva still down. Kicks it downfield. Carraz under it with the catch. 5 metres out from his own line. line. A long pass goes left to Tracy. Tracy over the 10 away from Papali. And then he's wrestled to the ground by Tuolangi. 11 out from the Canterbury line. Now comes right Carraz. Good strong run by Jacob. He's going to be wrapped up and lost the ball, Carraz. It went backwards. And it's play on, says the referee, or not. What's the ruling here?
He's tackled there too. It's an off-way backwards, then tackled.
Oh, gee, more good luck than good management from Carraz. Tracy will play it. And it goes right side this time for the Bulldogs. And Ari Tuala wrapped up centre field on the 30 by Brown. Played to Hayward. Goes left to King. Another strong run by Max. Tackled 9 metres short of halfway. 12 all the score. 13 minutes 42 to go. Galvin goes right to Tubanua. He's caught 3 metres in Eels half. Played on the last to Hayward. Gets down low. Picks it up. Goes right to Galvin with a short side kick to Iongi. Coming through Tuala. Isaiah Iongi the catch. Knocked to the ground now by Crichton. 21 out from the Parramatta line. 13 and a half to go in a 12-ball game. Here's a long 25-30 metre pass across the Parramatta goalpost. It was caught by Kelly, but he's only 10 out from his own line. Plays it to Volkman, goes right to Semrani, and he's felled 18 out from his own line. Jack Williams back on the field for Parramatta. Ball's going to be played to Volkman. Goes left to Williams. They need a big charge up the middle, and Jack gives it to them. 28 out from his own line is where he's caught on play 4. De Silva. Goes left to Walker. Papali. Find it away to Kitiani Kautonga. One-hander away from the thing. He linked up with Russell, who's tackled 6 short of halfway. Played on the last. It comes right to Volkman for the kick. 45 out from his own line. Down the throat of Tracy. He should get back near the 30 here. Crosses the 20. Then starts across field. Puts a fend on away from 1. And he ran straight into Semrani. 29 out for the Doggies line. 12 and a half to go. 12 all the score. To the touchline, Michael Carrianis.
Yeah, Jack Williams has just come onto the field as well. Try and lift his side, the Parramatta fill-in skipper. Try and get that last energy for the last 12 and a half minutes of this game. The interesting is going to be, you got noted field goal kicker Matt Burton. If it gets down to that, you got Josh Parley, Ronald Volkman, inexperienced half period for the Eels.
Crowd figure, by the way, 37,638. 37,638. So Canterbury, 5 metres in Parramatta's half. Hayward out of dummy half. Goes to the right to Galvin, comes back to the left, and he's flung to the ground by Moretti. And ball popped out the back to Burton. Burton dummies, finds a bit of space. Easily past 2, then pass back to Tracy. Tracy's taken only 8 metres out for the goal line by Iongi. Last tackle, they go left, they got numbers. Galvin, cut out ball. Sherry tips it on 74,000 metres forward. They've bombed another one, Canterbury. It'll be a play the ball for Parramatta. 10 out from its own line. 11 and a half to go. 12 all the score remains.
That was a rough one. They looked almost set to score there, and they absolutely skittled the Parramatta Eels, but yet again they hold on, and just that last little effort there by the Bulldogs not going to hand. I think it's probably happened 6 or 7 times in this game so far. They've left points out there. They want to really fix that up in this last 10 minutes and try and run away with it. But at the moment, the Parramatta Eels, they are holding firm.
So it is Parramatta, 25 out from their own line. Kelly plays the ball, and it comes open side left to Williams. And Jack Williams' strong run, caught 14 short of halfway. These two teams low on form, low on confidence. It's a battle to the end here. Moretti centre field, caught 7 short of halfway. Played to De Silva. Goes left to Walker. That was a forward pass to Brown, and they've picked that one up. Forward pass, Canterbury will get a scrum feed, and some of these errors from Parramatta in this second half have been reserve grade standard at best.
Well, third time's a charm. We've seen 2 others like that let go in this game, but that one was definitely picked up, and it was definitely forward.
Yep.
Again, that is a fatigue thing too. If you have that fatigue in you, you make some silly mistakes. You're not getting a little bit deeper. Your execution falls off a little bit, but they need to make sure they stay dialed in here. It's 12 all. They've got an opportunity to win this one, the Parramatta Eels, but if they keep making errors like that and inviting the Bulldogs into their half, they will pay.
So now it comes away left to Jacob Carraz, and he's caught after the scrum win 10 metres in Parramatta territory. 9 and a half to go. 12 all the score. And now for the Bulldogs. The hit up comes from their interchange forward who's been out there for a few minutes now. Lipboy Hopboy plays it to the right, Max King. He's nailed 29 out from the Parramatta line. Middle of the field, northern end, Hayward comes back left to Burton, turns the ball on the inside to Sherry, met ball and all head on by Williams, good tackle. 20 out from the Eels goal line. Hayward goes right to Burton, plays it out the back as well. Spinning in the tackle is Thompson, and he's held up. 14 out from the goal line. Last tackle, what's the play? Hayward goes right to Galvin, runs at the defensive line, throws another awful pass. Comes off the leg of Tuala and over the touchline. MC, what he's doing, I mean, you can't make this up.
No, it's amateur hour, and I'm always of the belief, like, they're in great position for a field goal. Their attack's been rubbish. Just go to 1 point and then play from there. Like, they just, because it's going to get to a point where they're going to have to panic to kick a field goal. I would have just lined it up there and then played it from in front.
So Parramatta from the play the ball have it 16 out from their own line.
I can tell MC's coached before because I would have done exactly the same thing.
Oh,
Pull the trigger on the field goal.
Kingsgrove Colts, what, under 8s, baby? What was it, MC?
No, under 8s to 15s.
Undefeated?
A couple of those years.
Plenty of experience there.
Yeah. Here's Parramatta, 34 out from their own line. De Silva. He sends the ball right. Crowd thought that was forward. I think that one was okay. Taviti caught 5 short of halfway. De Silva goes short side right. Bulkman pokes a kick over the top on play 4 down to the southwest corner. Work to do for Tracy. Goes all the way back to the goal line and fell over and tackled by Semrani. If this game could be played with Keystone Cops music at the back, and it would be very fitting. So as Tracy got there first but then slipped over, Semrani cleaned him up. Goal line dropout Bulldogs. 8 minutes to go. 12 all the score.
I'm working this set for a field goal. If I'm Parramatta Eels, definitely get yourself in position.
How crushing that would be for Canterbury and how uplifting it would be for Parramatta.
Well, I saw the energy in the Parramatta Eels after they've won a few things, and it's just on, but they've got to win this here.
Short line drop out by Burton. Fires through the air and Parramatta comes away with it. What a catch by Yongi. But it's a penalty against Parramatta. The play was taken out off the ball. So Parramatta wins the ball back, but they give away a penalty. It goes to the Bulldogs. We are going to get a challenge with 7 minutes 14 to go. It's Todd Smith.
Captain's challenge from Parramatta. On-field ruling is an escort from Talon De Silva. Parramatta challenging.
Well, why wouldn't you?
You've challenged it, it's now out of my hands.
Well, you can't take it with you.
Correct.
Correct.
And you get another one in extra time if it gets that far.
Chasers are onside.
It's Adam G's voice in the bunker. 12 all the score, 7 minutes 13 to go. Bruce studying the replay intent. It was a wonderful catch from Iongi. But a Canterbury play did hit the deck.
Yeah, it's Tupanua.
Just going back to look at all available angles with the actions of Talon De Silva and Satilli.
It's a great take in the air. Brilliant. But it's just the lead-up action. And the problem is Talon De Silva is moving across field and doesn't get himself set in position and stationary before contact with the Bulldogs player.
Yeah, because he's not looking at Tupanua, but he was moving in that direction.
Moving. If you're stationary and in position, it's okay.
So they're really slowing this down.
Talon's not looking at the ball, he's looking over his right shoulder at Satilli.
He did look.
The path. The challenge is unsuccessful.
So Parramatta, an opportunity for them out the back door. Penalty Canterbury, 12 out from their own line. De Silva penalised, and they get that right. So the challenge from Parramatta is unsuccessful. We go to the touchline. Michael Carianis.
Yeah, they'll get in position here for another attempt at a field goal because Matt booted that pretty, how far is that in? I can't see from here.
About 39 metres.
39 metres, so they'll get an opportunity for a one-pointer.
What are we looking at?
Well, it's hard to judge the line from here.
Too short of halfway. Yeah, it is down there, that's for sure. Here's Parramatta having to defend. Leo Thompson, great run, 9 metres in Parramatta territory. Can they set themselves up? Can Canterbury capitalise even if they do? Hayward goes left to Max King, and he's standing in the tackle, now on the ground, 32 out from the Eels line. Canterbury banks down 12, Parramatta 12, 6.5 to go. Right edge to Thompson. He's held up here by Walker and De Silva. 25 out from the line. Walked as he played it. Burton puts in a stab kick straight down to Kelly. He's got it for Parramatta. Then he's wrapped up 12 out from his own line.
Sorry, remind me, Burton can kick, right?
can kick.
He can kick a 2-point field goal, and that was a perfect setup. The line was not pressing up on him.
He only needed a 1-point field goal there.
I know, but he was in position earlier.
I'm with you. And out comes away for Parramatta Sam Taviti. Caught 25. I think your glass half full is just starting to drip a little bit below that.
Yeah.
Let it go left to Adokar, trying to get through the defence, but holding on was Crichton and Galvin. 34 out from the Parramatta line to Silva. He works it short side left, and the tackle made about 5 metres short of halfway on Adokar. Plays the ball on the last. Comes right to Volkman for the clearing kick. Right down the throat of Tracy. 11 out from the Canterbury Bankstown line. 5.5 to go. 12 all the score. Tracy knocked to the ground with interest. Great tackle. Kitiani Kautonga. 24 out from the Bulldogs line, and half the Bulldogs team are still offside, struggling to get back due to fatigue. Canterbury 14 short of halfway. Hayward goes left to Tracy. Links up with Carraz. Carraz steps into Williams and put to the ground with help from Walker. 11 short of halfway. Hayward. He works it right to Leo Thompson. Angled run, but Kautonga's there again. In defence with Brown and Taviti. Right on halfway centre field. Hayward scoots it up. Oh, sends the ball left, and Burton hit in a heavy tackle. 10 metres in Parramatta territory. Great ball and all shot from De Silva. He stays down, Matt Burton, clutching at his head. Crowd booing. It's 40 out from the Parramatta line. It's 12 all, and there's 4 minutes 47 to go.
Well, as he got hit, all of his teammates went up in arms. They were claiming that he was hit high. Let's just watch this back on replay. I don't think that's high. I'd need to see a different angle.
It was a good shot by the look of the first one. But Burton was clutching at his melon.
Yeah, I need to see it from the other angle. But to me, on the angle that we just saw, here we go. No,
it's fine. That was just heavy contact.
Yeah, if that's whiplash, and then his head whips forward into Talon De Silva, I'm not sure.
Talon, on report.
There you go, penalty. Right. Well, they have a different angle to us, because on first watch, that didn't look high.
So penalty goes to Canterbury. We check in with Michael Carianis. What did you see there, MC?
Well, I couldn't see anything different to what you saw, but what I did see was Talon De Silva's eyes. As soon as he made that tackle, looked straight at the referee, and generally that's a concern. If you're the defender, right? His eyes, as soon as he hit the ground, he looked straight at the referee, and a natural concern there. But just on the Bulldogs, so that would have been last tackle, and Matt Burton would have been tackled on the last. So.
He's got to come off, doesn't he?
He's coming off now, yep.
There you go.
And so Crichton will have to have a shot for goal, and he will. 41 metres out right in front, potentially for the win. Burton off the field, and coming on the field now for Canterbury Bankstown in the 19 jersey is Sean O'Sullivan. So he can kick a field goal potentially, but they're trying to get the 2 points here for Crichton with 4.5 minutes to go and a 12-all scoreline. So yeah, they must have had a replay in the bunker that was clearer than what we had.
Well, what I actually just saw there as Burton was running off, Burton's gone straight up the tunnel. He does have just on his cheekbone, it's blown up straight away. So there is some contact, but obviously because he didn't get sent off or sin binned, it can't be direct to the head. So there must be some whiplash effect.
All right, so Crichton now to put Canterbury in front. Late in the game, it's a difficult kick, I suppose, even though it's in front. 41, 42 metres out. He's kicked 2 from 2.
What do you reckon? In or out?
He's going to kick it. And you?
Yeah, in.
On the text line, shoulder to the neck in initial contact. Here's Crichton.
So that makes sense.
Is this for the win? I wouldn't put it past another chapter to be written yet, no matter what happens with this kick. The way this game has gone. Scoreless first half. Here's Crichton. He strikes it, heading towards the post. He's kicked the goal from 42 metres out. And the Bulldogs are back in front, 14-12. They're going to face a short kick-off with 3 minutes and 19 seconds to go. 14-12 Bulldogs. Well, look, it has not been a brilliant game. It's been not even a cousin of a brilliant game, but what it's been, Roo, is gripping and fascinating in its own way.
Well, it certainly has. It's been to and fro. At one point, you felt like the Bulldogs were going to run away with it, and then the Eels hit back. After, like I said, that attacking penalty, it seemed to have galvanised the Parramatta Eels. Now they're 2 points behind, a middle-ish sort of kick-off.
Yeah, the kick-off is dropped by Canterbury. I think you'll find Parramatta come up with it. 25 metres out. Oh, don't go anywhere yet. Play to Semrani. Goes left Volkman. Way to Sam Tavidi. And he's dumped to the ground. 28 out. The play 20 in from the western touchline to Silva. Goes left to Volkman. Volkman accelerates and steps. Caught 20 metres out from the Canterbury Bankstown line. 2 minutes 52 to go.
The Eels have to come to their right. Karaz is struggling.
They go the other way though. Papali to Iongi, then to Adokar, and he kicks it over to the ball. What the heck was that? My goodness, the touch judge's flag is up, so he's obviously over the touch line. And Parramatta, like they've done so often in this half, look like absolute amateurs in attack. It'll be a Canterbury ball, 10 metres out from their own line. Yeah, Adokar was over the touch line on play, 2 or 3. So 14-12 Bulldogs. Canterbury will get the restart on their own 10-metre line.
Look, I know they've got some young halves at the moment, but they do need to take control. They needed to identify that Karaz was cramping, and they needed to attack down their right edge and find that space.
Now Parramatta needs an enormous set defensively, and they start well enough with a good tackle on Sherry. 11 out from the line, played to Hayward. Canterbury fans trying to lift their team here, leading 14-12. Play 2 now, and the Bulldogs through Tuala. 11 out from their own line. Hayward sends the ball left to Tracy. I doubt Parramatta's got anyone who can kick a 40-metre plus field goal for 2 points. Hayward goes right to King, and he's wrapped up 30 out from his own line by Walker. Also to Silva. Hayward sends the ball to the right edge this time for Canterbury's Jamin Salmon. Strolled through to Silva. Caught 12 short of halfway. Last tackle. Minute 30 to go. One set coming up. Brighton kicks it downfield. Iongi gets there on the full. 18 out from his own line. Heads to the 30. Runs right across field. Can he find a way through? No, he's absolutely howled by Tupanua and finished off by Tuala, 15 short of halfway. Comes to the right to Adokar. Bounced away from Salmon. Gains about 7 or 8 metres to within 7 of halfway. 1 minute and 8 seconds to go. 14-12 to the Bulldogs. After the game, all the reaction downstairs from Michael Carianis and Rue's ABC Player of the Year points. Crossfield running for Parramatta. 5 short of halfway. Comes to the right, and now they're slipping over. 5 metres in Canterbury's territory. Kelly plays the ball with 2 tackles to go and 46 seconds left. Dylan Walker, delayed pass away to Papali Heathfield. 40 metres out, last tackle Parramatta. They literally can't get out of their own way. De Silva goes right, Boltman. The kick and hope on the last from 40 metres out. And who wants it? It's taken by the Bulldogs. Sherry, 12 out from his own line. He's dragged to the ground. Game, set, bingo! The Doggies are going to win. 14-12 over Parramatta with 23 seconds left. Sherry the catch, and Parramatta didn't really look like it in that set, it's got to be said. Tracy had a dummy half. He's caught inside the 20, plays the ball to Curran. He's wrapped up 25 out from his own line. 10 seconds to go. There'll be one more play the ball, I would assume. And yeah, he does play it. And Canterbury die with the footy. About 25 out from their line, and they celebrate so to their fans because they win. And that's all it is. They got the 2 points, and they break a bit of a recent drought, Canterbury Bankstown. They get the 2. It may not have been convincing. They dominated in terms of field position, but their lack of polish was alarming. They still win. That's the important thing. 14-12, Canterbury Bankstown over Parramatta here at Stadium Australia after a scoreless first half.
Yeah, it was a tough win for the Bulldogs, wasn't it? And like we said just a little bit earlier, it looked at one point like they were going to run away with it. They put plenty of fatigue into the Parramatta Eels, and then they scored a couple of quick tries, and you sort of thought, oh, the floodgates might open here. But give all due respect to the Parramatta Eels. They fought back. They just worked so hard on their defensive line time and time and time again, and they fought back. They got back to even Stevens, and then unfortunately, same things that we saw out of the Bulldogs. Those last-ditch efforts, those last passes, those last tackle options just weren't going the way they needed to, and they weren't able to capitalise on that. So the Bulldogs, they get away with that one, but I dare say there'll be a lot of work done, especially on end of sets this week at training.
I would reckon. For Canterbury, though, tries to Satili Tupanua in the 48th minute. Stephen Crichton in the 51st. Crichton 3 from 3, including the match-winning penalty goal from 42 metres out in the 77th minute. 3 restarts. For Parramatta, tries to Talon De Silva in the 60th minute. Joash Papali in the 62nd. Talon De Silva 2 from 2. He was also on report for a high tackle on Matt Burton in the 76th minute. Kilman Tuolangi on report for using the forearm to the head of Josh Curran in the 57th minute. 2 restarts. points for them, 3 for Canterbury, an unsuccessful challenge for Parramatta. And in terms of the penalties, I've got it here as 3-1 to the Bulldogs. So full-time score 14-12 in favour here of Canterbury Bankstown over Parramatta after a scoreless first half. And a good crowd in the end of 37,638. 37,638. We'll have the wrap-up on this game. We'll get the wow moment of the weekend from Ruin MC. And go through all the results in the table and what's coming up in round 15 that kicks off on Thursday night. And right through until next Wednesday week, State of Origin number 2 at the MCG. And I'll be joined there by Luke Lewis, Matt Elliott and John Gibbs at that wonderful venue where there's been a big AFL game today. The big freeze has been on and Jai Arrow was introduced to the crowd, conducted the toss, and in the end Melbourne Demons has defeated Collingwood by 83-75. It was very, very moving indeed. All right, let's go down to the Canterbury camp. Michael Carianis.
Yeah, just with their fullback, Connor Tracy. Connor, welcome back. It was a bizarre first half, right? You guys couldn't find a way to score the points, but a little bit of a flurry there in that 5-minute period in the second half.
Yeah, like you said, we built a lot of pressure there in the first half, which did us well the early parts of that second half there. Bit of a scrappy performance, but yeah, it's good to get the win this time of year.
How important was it to turn your form around just to get a win by any means necessary?
Yeah, it's huge, you know. First half of the year's done. It was sort of a turning point for us last year. 12 weeks to go, so yeah, it's just really important we got the win tonight, and we did it scrappy, but it'll do.
What about the attack, mate? Obviously that first half, you just couldn't find that continuity, I guess, to put some points on. What did Cameron Serrata say about it at half-time?
Yeah, it was a bit clunky there. But we're doing the hard parts right. We're sort of making it hard way, getting down the field well. It's just sort of getting the Belmore, and yeah, it's got a few things to figure out there. But as you said, we scored some tries there in the second.
Make good luck next week.
Thank you, mate.
Connor Tracy there with Michael Carianis after the Bulldogs beat Parramatta 14 points to 12 here at Stadium Australia. The wrap-up through until 6:30, and then after the 6:30 news, stick around please for NRL Monday. Ruin MC will be. The New South Wales team for State of Origin 2 will be announced at 7 p.m, so I'll be able to bring that to you and discuss it if there's any shocks or omissions. And we'll relive what the Queensland team was announced with this morning. I can't remember the last time the Queensland team was announced first. Jack Williams is the Parramatta front rower. He'd be disappointed, no doubt, but he is with Michael Carianis.
Yeah, Jack, you guys were gritty in that performance, and particularly in that first half where they seemed to dominate, particularly the territory, but nil or at half-time, you guys would have taken some confidence out of that.
Yeah, I think that was probably on us. You know, our discipline let us down. That's why we're defending so much. They'll sort of just flood through the middle. It's hard when you get those 6 agains and when they've got the most of the momentum in the game. So to go into half-time at 0-0 was very pleasing. You know, there was a lot of fight shown from us. And then again in the second half, had a bit of fight back, and then a little bit of discipline hurt us. But mate, I'm so pleased with the way that the boys have been. You know, inside camp, the energy's been up, and you know we're building each week. You know, we're starting to bank a few good games, and training's been awesome. So I think a win's around the corner for us.
Quite right. You probably should have been up at half-time. That contentious call there late in that first half. How frustrating was that?
Yeah, it's just the way the game goes. You know, yeah, get to sort of review it at different angles and slow it down, and yeah, probably backfired on us on our behalf. But yeah, mate, I think to go in at 0-0 with the possession that we had was good, and you know we were confident coming the second half. Just first letting the ball go out, they get it back, and then they score a long ranger just because we're a little bit off. So yeah, it's some lessons to be learnt, and yeah, as I said, we're building. I think a win's going to come around soon.
You talk about those lessons. You got a lot of young players, a lot of inexperience in this side, but they're not giving up the fight.
Yeah, I think they're just doing the simple things really well, and that comes down to our coaching stuff. You know, it's hard when you've got a lot of experience on the bench, and you know, having our skipper out, or both of them actually, Moe and June's out, it's a big loss for us. So getting those little things right, but we're starting to build, and mate, the young boys have been going really well. You know, they're getting confident each game we play, and it's awesome to see them grow.
Well played. Thanks for joining ABC.
Thank you. Cheers.
Jack Williams, always a good bloke and always very, very well spoken. The Parramatta front rower after a bit of a heartbreaking loss in many regards. 14 points to 12. Look, there were no tries for the opening 47 minutes. Satili Tupanua continued his good form. He scored a try for the Bulldogs, and I believe that's him down there with UMC.
Yeah, it is. I am with Satili, Andrew Satili. What about, firstly, your no try? How did they stop that? We were laughing. It was like the Adams family hand there just came out of nowhere to stop it.
Yeah, I know the boys are spraying me for that. I don't know how I didn't score, but good scramble from Pereira.
What about the performance here? You guys had to work hard for that win. The first half, you probably just didn't get the attack humming that you would have liked, but a bit of a flurry in that period in that second half.
Yeah, obviously that first half was, and I feel like we're doing everything well. We just were nice in the moments down here and good ball. And then we come out second half, started good. And then obviously those last few tries, but yeah, I feel like we just need to put an 80-minute performance, but we'll take the win.
What does the win do now? How important was it considering what's been going on the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, obviously we go into a bye now, but yeah, it does a lot for our team. Obviously a lot of confidence there, but we're just going to continue to work and hopefully it gives us a bit of a boost to the back end of the season.
Enjoy the win, mate. Congrats.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, so Tilly Tubanua down there with Michael Carianis. 14-12 Bulldogs over Eels here at Stadium Australia. Stack of text coming through as well, 0467 920 222. We might get one more down there as well. That stupid try taken off Parramatta in the first half made the difference in the end. Yeah, that was a try claim by Joash Papali. Canterbury just threw the ball away. Galvin knocked it on, regrouped it in his hands, but then the ball came free in a tackle immediately and Papali raced away to score. Rue and I thought it was a fair try, but the ruling was that it was regathered by Galvin and as a result negates the knock on. We'll get back to it. Let's go back down to you, Michael Carrion.
Yeah, I'm just with one of Canterbury stars, Jacob Kiraz. Jacob, what did you make of that performance?
Yeah, obviously, yeah, I'm just proud that we got the win. At the end of the day, you know, it's not going to look pretty, but I felt like, yeah, you know, it was like last year and the years before when we were playing. It's not always pretty for us, but at the end of the day, we always find a way to win, and I felt like we found a way tonight, and that's, at the end of the day, you know, we need wins, and that's, yeah, it's a good start for us to keep going now.
How's the body, mate? There's a lot of conjecture about you in the lead up to the game. How are you feeling?
Yeah, obviously, yeah, I had that calf issue, but yeah, I'm just happy that I got on the field, and yeah, like I said, I didn't want to let the boys down, and just shout out to my physio team and the staff getting me ready, and yeah, I'm just happy I played.
What does the win do for you guys? As you said, it wasn't the prettiest win, but you got the job done.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it means, you know, I'm not going to be around the bush. We need to win, and I felt like, you know, it wasn't easy at times. They showed up good, but at the end of the day, you know, it's going to be like that, and I feel like, you know, we've been rattled in the past, but now, you know, we just stayed at it, and yeah, we got the 2 points, and that's what's important at the end of the day. We're going to get the 2 points. Obviously, we're going to learn a lot from it, and yeah, I'm really proud of the boys.
Well played, mate. Enjoying the win with your teammates.
Thank you very much.
All right, Jacob Kiraz, good journalism. Michael Carianis down there on the centre of the field, and he will now join us back upstairs. The I Forgive Cup, by the way, has been won here by Canterbury Bankstown. That's been awarded out in the centre of the field. 0467 920 222 to send a text. Ruan Sims is here. Michael Carianis on his way back. I'm Andrew Moore. 14-12 in favour of Canterbury Bankstown over Parramatta, and Rue, it's now up to you with your ABC Player of the Year points.
Okay. Well, it was very difficult because there were patches where people were good and patches where people weren't so good. But I do have to say, I thought Matt Burton was very, very strong for the Bulldogs tonight. He ran a lot, which I think was really important, and his kicking game was absolutely fantastic. I'm giving him my 3 points. He ran for over 130-odd metres today as a half. So he's getting my 3. My 2 is going to the captain, Stephen Crichton. I think he stepped up when they really needed it. He scored a try, kicked that penalty goal for the win.
It's a great catch for the try too.
And it was a great catch for that try. So I think when they required it, he really did step up, and he was a little bit busted. So for him to put in that performance, I thought that was good. And 1 point I gave to Jack Williams for the Parramatta Eels. He didn't run for as many metres as you'd want through the middle, but none of their forwards really ran that far, but he made 49 tackles. He just worked and worked and worked, and I thought he was very strong, and he provided some good leadership for the Parramatta Eels.
3 points Matt Burton, 2 points Stephen Crichton, 1 point Jack Williams. I did fear that you might follow the path of the late great Jack Gibson, who I called with in the 1990s, and there's one game at Sharp. I've told the story a few times, sorry if you've heard it before and I'm boring, but it was a game, Cronulla and the Crushers, South Queensland at Shark Park on a Saturday night. Cronulla won easily, and he gave 3 points to, I can't remember who, Mitch Healy, 2 points to Andrew Eddingshausen. He said, I'm giving 1 point to the referee, Eddie Ward. He got back 10 metres every play. No one else did.
I don't think I'm that funny.
Jack,
I'm not funny enough to come up with that.
Jack was the master of it.
Oh, absolutely. And
go on.
I do have to say, honourable mention does go to Karaz. He ran for 246 metres.
Yep.
So, he didn't stop working for the Bulldogs. I just felt the other two players had a bit more of an impact on the outcome.
Yeah, definitely in the top 5 or 6 winners in the comp, wingers in the comp. Canterbury 14, Parramatta 12. We'll wrap up the weekend. We'll have some highlights into the 6:30 news. We'll have our wow moment of the week. So I'll get Roo and MC to think about one moment over the last 5 days that has captured their attention and made them go, wow. And we'll even get Connor Watson to introduce that. But here, 14-12, Bulldogs over Parramatta. The crowd, 37,638. 3 points in the player of the year to Matt Burton, 2 points Stephen Crichton, and 1 point to Jack Williams. Repeating the full-time score as well in the AFL. That was a big win for Melbourne in the end over Collingwood by 83-75. 0467 920 222 if you'd like to give us a text message. They both deserve to be where they are on the ladder, says Mark at Tamora. 12 all after Golden Point would have been appropriate. Heaven help the Bears in 2027, reckons Toby from Orange. Thank you all. Really enjoy listening to ABC Footy on the weekends from Phil in Hoskinstown. Thanks for the call, team. It was lovely to hear you call on the Monday long weekend. Mick from Cronulla. Thank you, Mick. Andrew, my wow moment was when the young Titans fullback scored his try to beat the Broncos, says Alan at Long Jetty. Also, can you please tell my uncle to stop going on about the Penrith Panthers? Did I read that before?
It's hard not to go on about them when they're playing like they just did.
No, this is about something else. I'm not sure about the meaning of it, so I'll give that a miss for now. But 0467 920 222 if you'd like to send the text messages along. So Canterbury get the win. We'll look at what that means for the competition table. We're 14 rounds into the season. It's a 27-round comp, so there's still miles and miles of time to go here in 2026. But Penrith on top of the table. They're on 26 points. Warriors second on 22. Sydney Roosters third on 20. Manly Warringah fourth on 18. Dolphins fifth on 18. Cronulla Sutherland sixth on 18. Newcastle seventh on 18. South Sydney eighth on 16. North Queensland outside the 8 on 16. West Tigers on 16. Melbourne 12. Brisbane 12. Canberra 12. So last year's premiers are 4 points out of the 8, and last year's minor premiers are 4 points out of the 8. Gold Coast on 10. Canterbury Bankstown usurped them. They go to 12. Gold Coast 10. Parramatta 10. St George Illawarra in the wooden spoon position on 4 competition points. And looking ahead to next week, meaning round 15, it'll be shortened because of State of Origin. Byes next week for Manly Warringah, Newcastle, Canterbury Bankstown, North Queensland, Penrith, Melbourne and St George Illawarra. But on Thursday night at this very ground, Stadium Australia, will be on air from 7 p.m. It will be South Sydney against Brisbane, a desperate Broncos against a Rabbitohs team that would need the win as well, I'd reckon. Then on Friday night, this will be a heck of a game. Dolphins hosting Sydney Roosters at Lang Park in Brisbane. Coverage from 7 p.m. with Quentin Hull and the team. Then on Saturday, we'll be on air from 2 p.m. in the boardroom. Myself, MC, Louie, and Roo. You're back, aren't you, for the long show on Saturday?
Louie and Rui.
Louie and Rui.
We're half of it.
And
you going to get Kiwi in?
Well, yeah, I guess so. Louie, Rui, Dewey, and Drewy.
Drewy?
I'll sit this one out.
Dewey?
You're being quite funny today, Michael.
You sound surprised.
I am very surprised at your...
Impressed. Not surprised, impressed.
Oh, no, surprised. Adams family. I didn't think you'd know. Ralph Tucker's helped you there.
He did not help me at all.
How did you know the Adams family? You'd never heard of MASH.
I've heard of MASH. I've never seen MASH. I knew of MASH.
And you used to watch the Adams family?
No.
I was a Munsters guy. Did you watch them?
Cam Munster.
Saturday, then 5:30, we'll call the game between the Warriors and Cronulla Sutherland at Mount Smart Stadium in Auckland. That's the 5:30 game. 7:35 on Saturday night, Parramatta against the Canberra Raiders at Western Sydney Stadium. And Roo, you're on the hightail, aren't you, from the boardroom to Parramatta?
Just a hop, skip and a jump away.
How good. Then on Sunday, we're on air from midday at Leichhardt Oval. We get 6.5 hours at Leichhardt, and I know who can't wait for it is Jared Ryan from our socials team. He's never been there. He can't wait to get there, and I think he's going to get there about 9 a.m.
Oh, the eighth wonder.
Yeah.
You will be beside yourself.
Well, he's going to have to be to fit into the box. West Tigers take on the Gold Coast Titans at 4:05 in that particular game. I'm sure we'll be rewarded with a very entertaining game, if nothing else. We'll get to your text messages again very shortly, but wrapping up what's happened so far on the weekend, and MC, just start thinking about your wow moment too, okay? Sure. Well, thank you, mate. We had Manly Warringah on Thursday night defeat South Sydney, 28 points to 14. As we're on to 7:30, I hope MC comes up with more than just one word answers from here on out, but I'm sure he will. Okay. Manly 28, South Sydney 14, ABC Player of the Year points.
He's on fire today.
This is the funniest he's ever deliberately been.
You know what? I think I bring it out in him.
I think
It's the good energy.
you're bringing out the crazy.
Yeah.
3 points to Hamoli Olakawatu, 2 points Jamal Fogarty. What do you think of his game, Michael?
Outstanding.
Thank you. And 1 point to South Sydney fullback Jai Gray. That was at Foz Pines Park on Thursday night. Then on Friday at Amy Park in Melbourne, the Melbourne Storm defeated Newcastle, continuing a bit of a resurgence, 32 points to 30. Ryan Hoppins 3-2-1, 3 to Cam Munster, 2 to Knights fullback Kalen Ponga, and 1 to Melbourne hooker Harry Grant. All three need to play a big role for Queensland on Wednesday week, and all in good form. Friday night in the nation's capital, the Sydney Roosters whitewashed Canberra by 26 points to 0. Free try performance by Mark Nwanganita-Waze, but 3 points from Alan Tung to Roosters prop Nafahu White, 2 to halfback Sam Walker, and 1 point to Marky Mark. On Saturday, the Cowboys and Dolphins at Townsville Stadium won comfortably in the end by the Dolphins, 40 points to 14 after they led 16-10 at half-time. 3 points going to Cody Nikorima, 2 points to Jack Bostock, and 1 point to big winger Selwyn Cobbo. So, yeah, a number of Queensland Origin players picking up points this week. Then also...
Get all your good footy out now, guys.
Then also on Queensland Day, Saturday night at Lang Park, Gold Coast with that thrilling 28-23 win over Brisbane. 3 points in the ABC Player of the Year to Keanu Kinney, and 2 points to front rower Tino Fa'asuamaleaui, and 1 point to 5'8" Jaden Campbell. Yesterday at Western Sydney Stadium, Penrith 68 defeated the West Tigers 0. We'll speak on NRL Monday in the next about half an hour from now with Penrith centre Paul Alamotti. But for the Panthers, 3 points Nathan Cleary, 2 points to Tom Jenkins, 1 point to winger Brian To'o. Maverick Guy from the Tigers was charged today and fined for dangerous contact. While at Shark Park, Cronulla Sutherland 34 defeated St George Illawarra 12. 3 points to Sharks fullback William Kennedy, 2 points second rower Britton Nickera, who's in the Queensland starting lineup, and 1 point to Braden Trindle after the Dragons led 12-6 at half-time. And here, Canterbury Bankstown 14 defeated Parramatta 12 before a crowd of 37,638 and a scoreless first half. 3 points from Roo to Matt Burton, the Bulldogs 5'8", 2 to Stephen Crichton, and 1 point to Parramatta front rower Jack Williams. And I've mentioned the competition table, so interesting just to repeat the top 8. After 14 rounds, Penrith by 4 points over the Warriors, the Roosters, Manly Warringah, Dolphins, Cronulla Sutherland, Newcastle down to 7th with that loss to Melbourne, and South Sydney 8th. They're clinging on and just outside the 8 on the same points of the Cowboys, Tigers, and then a bit of a drop-off to Melbourne, Brisbane, Canberra and Canterbury Bankstown. And Michael Carianis, who is back in the broadcast box. For me, it's Penrith and the Warriors, bit of a gap Roosters, big gap to Manly. How do you see it?
Yeah, agree with you, Andrew. And I wouldn't give up on South yet once they get Latrell back and a few other players back into that lineup. I think they can go on a run and turn it on. But
they were so good the first 10 rounds.
Yeah, and I think they can recapture that form once they get a few players back. Jack Wyden's obviously still missing as well. So they've had a bit of a bad run with injury. David Fafita, Brendan Smith back in the mix. So I feel like they're the teams that can compete. But you're right. Clearly it's Penrith into the Warriors and a little bit of a gap to the Roosters, then a massive fall off, I feel.
Yeah, I think one team really bridging the gap in a hurry, Roo, is the Dolphins.
I was just about to say,
I was so much attack.
I could not agree more. I think that they are really building into a special football team. They're coming up with some really great work. They've got good young players as well, and young Izzy Katoa, to me, is on the brink of an Origin call-up as well. And I just think they're playing incredible footy, and Christian Wolf has got them humming, and they're coming together at the right point of the season. I think they'd be pushing for a top 4 finish.
Oh, most definitely.
This year.
And, right off Manly at your own peril, the way they've been going. 0467 920 222. Is it possible to give the ladder with the buys either all added or all removed? Oh, that's too hard for me on the spur of the moment. I'm only giving it as it is. But I'm with you.
I also still don't know why we give points for
I'm with you. I'm with the listener. I'm with you. I don't like it either. But MC's working it out for me now. Can you do it both ways, Michael? You love live ladders. Can you do it with buys included 3 for each team and none for each team?
I'll give you one word.
No. G'day, boys. Driving along, listening to you. Love the Walgett mob. Mick, Mel, Lala, Rainbow, Buster and Bubba.
You had me at Walgett.
Yeah, that's right. So, yo to you all. Mick, Mel, Lala, Rainbow, Buster, Bubba. Good day to you. Also, Ty says, whatever you brought out of MC, Roo, can you please stuff it back in?
Never! Release the hounds!
Oh, dear. Andrew, I can understand why West Tigers supporters boo Galvin every time they play the Bulldogs, but why do the Bulldogs supporters boo the Fox? Galvin left West for money. The Fox was forced out of the Bulldogs because he played up. I boo both of them as I'm a good Manly supporter and hate everyone. Text of the weekend. You might be my wow moment, Lee.
That's pretty good.
Fox is booed because of how that ended at Canterbury. He got in strife. He left a game at half-time when he was injured. He got done for by the random drug test. He lied about it to the club. That's why he gets booed. But he's apparently, from all reports, MC, and you'd know better than me, at Parramatta, they absolutely adore him.
Yeah, look,
I'm talking about the club itself.
Definitely, they do, yeah. And I do find it a little bit strange he gets booed. I do find it.
It becomes theatre, though, after a while. It happens maybe in one game and then it becomes like trendy thing.
Yeah, I get it. Like, I don't care, but I feel like it's just a weird player to be booing in the way that he left the club. Like, I think the Bulldogs saw an opportunity in a way to free up a bit of cap space to part ways with him. But he gave him the reason, so it's on him. Yeah. It's definitely on him. It's not on Canterbury. It's on him. But you're right. The Eels love him. They had an option in his way, and they took it up basically well before the due date, given how well he played for him last year.
Also on the text line, before we get up to our wow moment, Higo says, love the call, guys. Good to get away with a very scrappy win up the Doggies. Good on you, Higo. Can I get a shout out to my beautiful boyfriend who listens to you non-stop? He's blind. His name is Lincoln, and he loves you, Andrew Moore. Lincoln Muddle. Well, Lincoln, great that you listen, mate, and I'm happy we can give you some entertainment. You're a Panthers fan, I'm told, and I hope you've had a great long weekend. So
I bet he did. 6-8-0 says he did.
Yeah, that's right. He's probably got exhausted keeping up with all the tries. So, Lincoln, we really appreciate your support, mate, and thank you very much for doing it. And that is from your beautiful girlfriend. She must care about you a lot. Also, I love Melanie from Burman. Okay, there's some weird ones coming through now. So what we might do is get rid of the weird, although MC, you must have stepped back in that case, and get to our wow moment of the weekend. Connor Watson, take it away.
Wow. Oh, that was crazy.
All right, ladies first. Ruan Sims, your wow moment of the weekend was?
My wow moment of the weekend was Kieran Foran being signed on for 3 years as coach, and the club renaming the field and a takeaway joint renamed and changed the face of the takeaway joint to Kieran Foran. I think that is a pretty wow thing.
Fosball, Fosmines Park, all the rest of it.
Park, and guess what? I'm a fan. I love the Fosball.
Well, all right, so that's Kieran Foran and all the associated things with him as the wow moment for Roo. What about you, Michael?
I've just on that ladder for you. Do you want me to go through it?
In a minute, yes. I'll do it. If you could do it just after the 7:30 news, I'd appreciate it.
My wow moment comes from the same game. Matty Elliott's live ladder of the back rowers. Where he was ranking Cam Murray best back rower in the world. A couple of minutes later, Hamoli Olakawatu, best back rower in the world.
I wonder by weekend's end who he's come up with. Yeah, that was very funny. All right, so 2 wow moments from Thursday. Well, can I do a footy one? It's Keanu Kenny's try.
Hey, mine was a footy one.
Mine's also a footy one.
Okay. Wow. Snappy Toms. I mean, something that happened on the field other than Matt Elliott's jibber jabber and the Foz stuff, which I love. I love them all.
Oh, thanks.
But for mine, it's Keanu Kenny's try. I thought that was really spectacular. And you can only have one wow moment, but also the way he scrambled to get ahead of Grant Anderson for that as a round kick.
First thought.
No, it's not first thought. It's wow moment. It's the try. The way he ripped in.
Second thought?
The way he ripped in to rip the ball. Not you two again. You ganged up on me on Saturday.
But you were very cranky on Saturday. You're fun today.
I wasn't cranky on Saturday. You made me cranky, but that happens most Saturdays. I normally arrive skipping into the box and leave with my knuckles dragging. So Keanu Kenny for me with that amazing try against Brisbane. Matt Elliott's commentary from Michael and Kieran Foran. And that whole week after re-signing from Ruan Sims. You can let us know yours, 0467 920 222, to be part of the program. In about 7 minutes, we'll break off with the news, and then NRL Monday with Ruan Sims, Michael Carrianis and I. Can you refresh, Michael? Will you be ready to rumble for an hour? The Origin selection for New South Wales, half an hour away.
With the live ladder as well?
Yes, I can do all those things and maybe give us a bit of a steer on the Origin side before it's announced.
Well, why don't you do that now as part of our
Steer
NRL
us.
coverage?
Ooh.
Have you got a steer?
Well, I think they're going to name a 21-man squad in alphabetical order.
Oh, that's so boring.
I love that.
Hence why the
Ducks and Drakes, let's go.
Next we'll be doing TBDs and all that, TBAs.
Yes.
What's TBD?
To be determined.
Oh, yeah.
Queensland used to do that, yeah.
Lottie Takiri was the bloke, right? Dylan Lucas will be in that squad, and there was some mail today that he's actually in the 19, and we're trying to figure out what does that mean for people, right? So, but he looks like, well, he'll be in the 21. Api Koroisau will be in the 21. Jacob Safidi out of that 21. Payne Haas in. Mitch Moses, I assume, in as well. Spoke to Parramatta officials down there while still on the sideline. He did a fitness test today, not for New South Wales, but as part of his normal rehab for Parramatta, and they're saying he's ticking all the boxes. He should be right to train later this week.
So explain to me why New South Wales needs to name a 21-man squad in alphabetical order.
Well, maybe the concern around Mitch. That could be the only reason.
But they can do what they did last time. He got named last time. He gets replaced. Who cares?
Yeah, but last time he wasn't in doubt. Like, he got injured at training.
But again, did they do this cover? No, I understand. But to me, it's all BS. So they do that if that's the reason, may very well be. What difference does it make? People know he's in doubt for a hamstring. They know he's going to have a fitness test, and they know Ethan Strange will play if he's out. So why the Ducks and Drakes? Why do you love it, Coach Ruan Sims?
Because you're so fired up about it.
Okay.
And I don't know if anyone else is going to be that fired up about it.
Well,
that's why I'm smiling. I'm like, I love it.
I like when Origin teams are announced, name the team.
Yeah.
That's what I want to know.
I'm okay.
I don't care about a 21-man squad.
I'm okay with it.
I know you are. You're not only okay with it, you're beaming over there.
And there's obviously still some concerns around Stephen Crichton. Stephen Crichton's not 100%.
He didn't look 100%, especially when he picked up that extra knock to a lower leg, it looked like. I was a bit concerned because he did struggle back in the defensive line there. Then, another thing, like, I know Mark Nawangani-Tuwase only just came back for one game, but for me, before he got injured, he would have been playing Origin. Yeah. 21, does that potentially bring him into it, or do you think they're bringing Izzy Cartar in?
So
I know we'll find out soon.
We had So out of the 20 or the 19-man squad, the 20-man squad from game one, Dan Jacob Safidi out.
So Barnett maintains his
Payne Haas
position.
in, yeah. And Dylan Lucas added. He was already part of that extended squad as well.
He was part of it. He was at the 20.
In the 20. So Croyas out in, Blake Brayley out.
Yep.
And that's really the only changes I can think of.
You know what? I feel for Saifidi because I felt like he didn't get an opportunity in that game, but then he came in and played very well for Newcastle.
He must have upset someone getting the drinks ready or something. Jacob Safidi.
It was just...
Payne Haas was always going to come in.
Yeah, 100%. He's a walk-up start to me.
Yeah. All right, we do have the news coming up. Kath, though, says, Andrew, I'm a very proud auntie to Lincoln Muddle, who's not only blind, but he also plays blind cricket for Australia. Wow, a remarkable young fellow. I appreciate that, Kath. Good on you.
What a legend.
0467 920 222. We do have some highlights coming up after Canterbury Bankstown's 14-12 win over Parramatta. Scrappy as it was here at Stadium Australia. Then you'll hear the news, and then it is NRL Monday. We're only 33 minutes away from hearing New South Wales 47-man squad for State of Origin 2. Billy Slater's actually named a team, so I'll be able to dissect that as well, and much more, including Paul Alamotti. This is how the Doggies won. Hayward awaits. Goes to the left to Galvin. Galvin to Tumanua this time. Through one, over, gets it down, try. He wasn't going to be denied by the thing or anything else. He's over to score, Satili Tumanua. And finally the Bulldogs crowd are on their feet. Canterbury Bankstown 4, Parramatta 0. The endless errors from Parramatta in this second half has finally cost them the silver. 24 out. Last play, Hayward. Blindside right to Galvin, puts up the kick. Being chased by Crichton, up they go. Crichton with the catch, Crichton with the try, 10-0 just like that. A great set from Canterbury after scoring points. Crichton boots it into the crowd at that northern end. Great catch from him. 10 minutes 30 gone second half. Canterbury 10, Parramatta 0, and there's the promise of much more to come, Roo. 8 metres short of halfway, 14 in from touch eastern side. Short side race, the Farley away, Russell, got it away to Adokar. He puts it on the toe, flying through his Parramatta to Silver, bounces into his jet, and he scores near the post. Brilliantly done down the short side by the Eels. Great heads-up play by Adokar, and magnificent backing up from Talon to Silver for the try. They have it 12 short of halfway. Comes to the left. Short ball away. Brown. He beats one. He got a pass away to Joe Papali. He can fly. Put the glasses down. See ya. Try to Parramatta. Then gone back to back. Oh, what is happening here at Stadium Australia? Canterbury Bankstown 12, Parramatta 10, a runaway try finished by Joash Papali. 12-10, Bulldogs to Silver, strikes it, likes it, kicks it again. We're level, why not? 12-all, Bulldogs and Eels. Hayward scoots it up. Oh, sends the ball left and Burton hit in a heavy tackle. 10 metres in Parramatta territory. Great ball and all shot from De Silva. He stays down that Burton, clutching at his head. Scoreless first half. Here's Crichton. He strikes it, heading towards the post. He's kicked the goal from 42 metres out. And the Bulldogs are back in front, 14-12. And Canterbury die with the footy. About 25 out from their line, and they celebrate, so to their fans, because they win. And that's all it is. They got the 2 points, and they break a bit of a recent drought, Canterbury Bankstown. They get the 2. It may not have been convincing. They dominated in terms of field position, but their lack of polish was alarming. They still win. That's the important thing. 14-12, Canterbury Bankstown over Parramatta here at Stadium Australia after a scoreless first half.
ABC